Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Stone's Live Poker. I am Jake Rosenstiel, here with Anthony Walker. What's up, buddy?
How you doing, man?
Good to have you in the booth, man.
Thank you.
And we got 5-10 unlimited Holdem.
Unlimited, no limit, however you want to call it.
Yeah, and this lineup is Cracker Jacks. This ought to be a good game. We were going to run PLO, which we're stoked about, but we got enough people together that wanted to play some 5-10, so we said, okay, we'll give them what they want, play some 5-10. And this lineup ought to be more than entertaining. Pots have already been huge. There's a couple crushers in the game, and there's some people that are going to drive the action and put people in weird spots. I'm stoked.
I love it.
Let's get down to the table and see what's going on.
All right.
Or not. Let's just hang out here and talk.
All right, so like you said, I'm excited to see some of these big pots. You're telling me about C5, Raj?
Raj is going to make everyone uncomfortable. Raj is going to play, I would expect, any two cards and play them all the way. Raj knows how to put you in some weird spots. And from what I understand, there's already a big pot that's happening between Harlan and Anthony as well. Harlan seems like he's in all the big pots here, like on the stream. If there's a big pot being played, Harlan somehow found his way in the middle of it. It's just like how the guy rolls. He can find himself in all the money.
There you go.
Introduce as they play. We're going to jump straight to the action.
All right. Okay, cool. It's good. All good. Sorry, guys. We're just getting caught up here. And there we are. So you see, this is the big pot that everyone was talking about. There's Harlan. He's in seat 1. Harlan started the stream with about 3,700. And you can see once getting in the big pot. We got Kathy W. in seat 2. She bought in for about 15. Kathy's one of the best. I'm not overly familiar with C. Mill in seat 3. I think I might have played Crescent the other day. We got Idris in seat 4. I was playing 2-5 with Idris right before the stream started, before he moved over to Team Table. And there is Raj in seat 5. Raj has no breaks. Raj is wonderful. Good seat for Peter there in seat 6. He got position on Raj. Nothing can make really him uncomfortable, though. He plays all the stakes, all the games. We got Scott in seat 7. And the player mulling around a call right now in seat 8 is Anthony. Great picture. Makes the call. And then round out the lineup is Zahn in seat 9. So here, we keep up on the action. I'm kind of slow. The board is King 5 X. Harlan has King 5. Anthony has King 9. They're all in with one card to come. And Anthony goes runner for the straight.
Wow, and you said it's roughly a 6K pot?
It's about a 6K pot.
That's rough.
A little, maybe a little more. Money goes all in on the turn. Harlan shoves 2 pair. Anthony calls off a top pair and a gut shot, and hits the gut and gets there. Hi-ya.
That's brutal.
Rick and Barstow, M. Baldy, Panda Smash USA. Welcome to the stream. So, how long have you been playing here at Stones?
I've been playing here. I moved back in March, so I've been playing since March. I've been propping a lot.
Okay, right on.
Yep.
Before that,
I played a lot when I was under in 18 and over casinos, but then I've been in the military, so I've been back in the Bible Belt where they don't let you gamble unless you get on a boat and go out to international waters. So I haven't got to play a whole lot. I came back in March, and they put me on as a prop player, so I've been playing as much as I can.
Nice. Good to have you here, man.
Thank you.
Suited Aces in the booth, or in the stream. What's going on? This ought to be a good game. So Harlan gets drawn out on, loses a huge pot. And this can set the tone. It's a player like Harlan, plays all the biggest games we have here. I would expect Harlan to keep his cool here, but some players, when they lose a big pot like that by himself,
you're really loose.
You can all of a sudden, you start to like, oh my god, I'm gonna bluff all my money back.
Yeah.
And they can create quite an interesting dynamic, and interesting enough already, like with Raj at the table.
I'm ready to see some weird stuff.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. I'm stoked. Here's Raj into the gun, 7-5. And I believe he put the straddle in.
Okay, so he didn't just limp in.
So I can't see how much the straddle is. I don't know if Harlan's just calling. Yeah, it looks like there's a $50 straddle. So that tells you how the game goes. Raj straddles for 50. Harlan limps in Queen 9. Simo comes along out of the small blind, the King Jack offsuit. As the I just folds. And Jack 5-4. Raj is going to bet. Harlan's going to make the call here. Harlan does have backdoor spades. Raj bets again. Takes on. Oh no. Simo.
Oh, okay.
Top pair. Both players fill up. Jack's good. Racing guy 89-33. What a. This game, it's 5-10. It's table stakes. I expect this game to get very, very big before the end of the night.
So what's max buy-in right now? 10,000.
Yeah. So yeah, it'd be up to Anthony stack. So 9,500. I believe when the game starts, it's 5,000 max. I believe. But it's table stakes after that. So right now you can sit down and buy up to 9,500.
So here after a couple big hands, we'll be playing pretty deep then.
Playing real deep. If players keep straddling, this game could get out of line rather quickly. It's good. That's how we like it here.
Yes. The more action, the better.
And it is Wine Wednesday here at Stone's. Half price off all bottles of wine. That's what these players need. They need to start drinking.
I think after a 6K pot, they need to send a bottle this way.
Right? So when you're in a game where there's a couple players that can play just anything, how do you adjust? Do you tighten up? Do you open? Do you widen? your range there. I mean, how do you adjust pre-flop to when you have players at a table that are playing any two cards simultaneously?
First thing I try to do is get position. If I can take seat change to in position, that's the best thing. But I play back. I like to play back at them.
There you go, I like that.
Yeah, I'm pretty aggressive to start off. I try to start pretty tight, but if people are getting out of line, I like to play back. I don't like getting ran over. What about yourself?
Yeah, I tend to play with them.
Yeah.
Not the worst flop here for Idris. He's got an inside straight draw, backdoor flush draw. It turns a jack of diamonds. Simo's actually ahead here with king 9.
He's pretty much first one to fire at it. Gave up.
225 into 340 here. Doesn't know it, but he had the best hand. A lot of boards like that, like 6-3 deuce here, like when we have king 4 clubs, when we have an inside straight draw and a backdoor flush draw, and I mean 6-3 deuce misses our opponent's opening range so much.
I would like to bet.
On the flop, I think check raising is a good spot there. It's good. I mean, if our opponent's going to be c-betting his entire range there, we can liberally check raise there and just print money. Our opponent's going to be like folding so much.
And you don't feel too bad if you do get called because you do have outs.
You got outs. I mean, we can turn flush draws, we can turn straights. I mean, we got overcards from pairs.
Yeah.
But it's a board that really should miss most of our opponent's opening range. I mean, over pairs is going to have, but even then, we can still. Plus, we keep sets on our range that way too. It makes it possible for us to have all the sets.
Absolutely. Yeah, if you get a chance to raise without a made hand early on, I like to do that.
Scott here picking up a pretty nice hand. He's going to limp in. He's queen suited. Ozzy likes to open up the 8-6 of diamonds. It's 50 to go. Scott says yes. Harlan calls Jack 5 of clubs. So Harlan might be out there, he might be opening up a little bit, trying to get some of his money back.
There's Raj in the small blind with 10-7.
There's Raj, the old 10-7. Any team is good. Azan is going to bet this multi-way. It's about a half pot size bet. That's 110. Get the 8 high through.
Yep. So you have to be willing to bet flops like that if you're playing 6-8 suited out of position.
Yeah, I mean, multi-way, I mean, we got to, tread lightly here, but King 9-9 is one of those boards where you either smash it or you completely whiff.
Yeah.
And most players aren't going to continue with pocket pairs. I mean, they're going to be more than content to fold 8s. There was no, 3-bet pre-flops to try to put anyone on 10s plus.
Yeah.
So most players are just going to be check folding all their pocket pairs. If we ever get, 8 high hands to fold, or got anything better than 8 high, it's a great result for us, obviously.
Yep.
Big Earn F9. What's up, buddy? Pretending he has 9? I think you're just pretending or hoping that no one else did. And he can have a king there. Although I'd expect, honestly, on the previous board, most of them be checking most of his kings. It's a $20 straddle. A couple players limp along here. C-Mill flops the best of it with his pair of 9s and back row flush draw. He's gonna bet it.
Jeff W, I've got your 1-2 seat on table.
Now we see players already adding on chips. You saw Idris there now, getting a little bit deeper, realizing maybe how big this game is gonna play.
Now, how often do you like to fire back when they just c-bet with air?
On a board like that, I mean, that pot was limped around. It was a straddle from Anthony, and C-Mill just limped in. So on a board like that, I'm less inclined to make moves. Plus, there's not that much money in the pot, so it's not like if it was a bigger pot where there's some money out there worth going after, I might be willing to put a move on a guy. But on ace 9 and a multi-way limp pot, I'm just mostly
not worth it.
I'm not going to get fancy there. Not going to get cute. And this, I really don't like the guy. I'm trying to cut all in my emotions out of poker, but
It's hard to do sometimes.
it's a very emotionally swingy game.
That is
Straddle is on. Stacks are getting deeper. Raj just added on more. This is going to get good. Cappy.
reaching for chips.
Makes it 75 to go with the 9s. It's 5, 10, 20. Should open 75 here with 9s. It's through. And this game's getting deep quick. I see more players reaching for more money. This is going to get pretty big pretty fast.
Raj with the second high stack.
Yep.
Should be fun to watch.
And he's not going to be shy to put that to work. You have any experience playing with any of these players? I know you've only been back about a month or so.
So actually, I've been gone for the last month, so I just came back. Today's my first day back.
But, this is your first day back.
It's my first day back. Seat 8, I played a little Omaha high-low with him. I've played with seat 7, I believe. Not in a while, but not a whole lot with this group of people. But what about yourself? You said you've played with the majority of.
I think I've played with everyone here at the table. Color up your damn chips, Anthony. Jesus. Look at he's still got that big dung grin on his face. He's just so happy that he hit that straight. I can't blame him. I would too.
Yeah. I like to get away with the small denominations when I'm playing, just so I can build towers, kind of like Hollywood does.
Do some chip porn.
Yep. Checked all the way through.
No one's got much admitting here. Peter does turn a 7. He's gonna bet it. Hey, Dat2, welcome to the stream. Poker Pro Eric in the chat. It's been a while. Where you been, buddy? Did you make it up to Tahoe? Play any events up there? What do you play many tournaments these days?
So I like to play the tournaments. I haven't, like I said, I haven't played in about a month, but I do like to play as much as I can.
Yeah.
I enjoy tournaments. I usually pretty much the first one out, or I usually get pretty deep. I'm hyper aggressive in those.
I really enjoy tournaments too. I really, really love tournament poker. But I'm trying to get away from it. I'm trying to like just focus on just playing cash and
I think it's better money, like overall, like if you're
better.
solid in cash,
the hourly's better.
you can bink a big tournament, which would be nice, but I think the return's better in cash.
Yeah. But yeah, you're right. Tournaments are a lot of fun.
They are a ton of fun, especially with Justin coming up with all these crazy different types of tournaments.
Yeah, right. All sorts of stuff going on. Got the quantum tournament coming up. That's going to be exciting.
Yeah.
And every time I tell myself I'm retiring from tournaments, Justin comes up with some other new thing. I'm like, oh, really? Like, win the button? Okay.
So I told Justin I was taking a break from tournaments, and he's like, you sure I have this win the button tournament? And I was like, okay, I'm sold.
All right. Wait, did you say we were rewarding aggression even more?
Yes.
Yes. C-Mill's going to get 65 to go here with the ace-jack. Kathy comes along with pocket sixes. 145 in the pot. It's going to continue. Kathy is not buying it. Going to check call 55.
Checks again.
Kathy's good here. She's cutting chips. I'm a little surprised.
You think he showed too much weakness checking back the turn?
If we're gonna keep going, I mean, the things on like we talked about before on that King 9-9, more King 10-10, it's the same exact board. We're not expecting our opponents to be calling with hands like pocket sixes, pocket sevens, eights, nines, something like that. If our opponent did nines, he made the hand on the turn. But I mean, it's either Kathy can't have a 10 there. She can, but mostly I think she can mostly have King X type hands.
Yep.
And it's just, are we really getting King X to fold to a second barrel on King 10-10-9? Probably not. So we're probably better off just saving our money here, hoping that we bank the queen, make our straight,
and move on to the next hand.
Yeah, and even river. Now Kathy bet river there, which was interesting. But even river there, if she checks us, we probably just got to shut it down. I don't think we're ever getting a king to fold. And if she did call,
did you get to see how thin the value was she put in on the river?
She bet 125. Obviously, she's not wanting it called there.
Yeah.
I'm surprised though. The way she played the hand.
I feel like you'd have to check there, or you would bet really thin for value if you thought you were value betting. Yeah.
I just don't know what worse hands are. Or calling her. So it's almost as if she's trying to get C-Mill to make sure that he throws away like a pair of eights or like pocket sevens or something. Got some blind on straddle violence here. C-Mill turns a flush draw to go along with his pair of sixes. Harlan, the old King 5, hopefully doesn't hurt him as much this time. Makes a call. Raised to 85. Wow.
It's a strong play.
Well, after the flop checks there, he's mostly positive that C-Mill's not going to have a king. And so when the 4 comes off, unless he specifically has a hand like 6-4 or Queen 4, mind you, he wasn't straddled, so he can have any range of hands there.
And the 4 of clubs brings out a straight draw and the flush draw, so he might be putting them on a draw and making him pay.
And figure that he's going to call her, so I can go a little thin here. If that's the case, I'd almost be more inclined. C-Mill calls the pair of sixes. Wow.
That's a
Harlan shows a 5. And a king. C-Mill thought Harlan was up to something. He might have thought he was steaming from the previous King 5 hand. But yeah, I tend to agree. Like mostly on that turn, our opponent's going to be betting draws that we can get value out of. That said, I almost be more inclined to check call. Maybe probably because we check raise, we know we're probably going to get called. But it's might value river.
You might think that's the last chance you get value. If you think he's only on a draw and he misses the draw and then you're getting no more value.
Mr. Atrian says, "Hey Walker, Bloom found the stream. You got friends in the chat,
What's going on, Blue?
People have found you. They know where you're at.
That's not good. I'm not hiding well enough.
Yeah. trying to maintain a low profile. I know. I'll be on a web stream.
Yeah. I didn't say I was good at it.
Straddle's on.
Raj.
It's open to 60 now. It's on with a king 10. Harlan's got position, and I like the re-raise. Harlan makes it 190. Seamel's going to come along with pocket forwards.
Wow.
Lazan's probably just going to fold. Seamel's got the best hand here still, but with no club in his hand and Harlan 3-betting pre-flop.
This is a board he definitely should. I would have continuation bet there from the button.
Now Seamel's going to bet the 4th club.
And take it down.
I don't understand poker anymore. I don't know what's going on. It's a good game.
So how often are you not c-betting that flop? After you 3-bet pre-flop.
I'm checking back over pairs with the club. I can check back most over pairs with the club. Obviously, like aces with the club, I'm definitely checking back. Kings with the club, I can check back. Other than that, I mean, I'm definitely betting all my non-club hands. I don't want to give a free draw to any club for my opponent. The other problem for Harlan, someone cold called a 3-bet out of the blinds, and players tend to do that with stronger type hands.
Yeah.
I mean, and pairs at the least. And so okay, well he's just not going to fold.
Jacks.
Yeah. So maybe just save the money. So it's a $50 straddle again. So it's 5, 10, 50. Anthony and Harlan look to limp in here, as does Peter. And the option's been checked. Queen 5-8, and Raj is going to see where pair 8s are at. Monster hands. If I didn't make something out of nothing, we wouldn't have anything to something about. If that doesn't make any sense. Peter called 9-10 on Queen 8-5 on the flop. Interesting. Harlan here got the best of it. He makes a call.
And that pretty much kills the action. I'm going to see a chop pot.
No, Harlan's ace is going to play here.
Oh, it is? Okay.
8s and queens with the ace.
Yep. I was hoping for a more exciting river to see if Raj could bomb it and try and get Harlan off of it.
He just might have. I think once Harlan calls turn there, I think Harlan's just going to commit. He's committed to get sticky. He might fold to some diamonds, maybe, if diamonds get there. But I think for the most part, Harlan's just going to, once he calls turn, is deciding, okay, you don't have it.
Yeah, and then the queen is about as safe as a card as
it's a really safe card. It's a really good card for Harlan. It means it much less like Raj has a queen. Kathy got Harlan. Oh my god. Straddle's on. Now C-Mill picks up 9s on the button. He's going to make it 85 to go. Scott Limpton under the gun with the 5-4 suited. Idris is going to call Jack 10 off out of the small blind. Here we go. Raj says yes. And here we go, 4-way to the flop.
Wow. Scott hit the flush.
Happy birthday, Scott.
Although C-Mill does have the draw to the higher flush, but
Idris now is reaching for chips as bet his pair of jacks. There's like 175, call 175.
there's a fun card.
Ace of clubs comes off. Check, check. Would have been real interesting if Idris could have pulled the trigger there.
Yeah. Scott might have felt like he got counterfeited at the end.
I love Twitch 22. Is anyone in this game better than Dog Polk? Not sure. Polk's a beast. He's the best. Who are we kidding? Polk just likes action too much. No such thing as liking too much action.
I still want to see a heads-up match between him and Daniel.
Yes.
That would be
Yes. All the talking, all the jazz.
just mic those two up. No commentators at all.
Yeah.
Just have them mic'd. $1 million in the middle. Heads up. It'd be fun.
Anthony's opening deuces early position.
A 3-bet to 250 with Ace Jack.
And Raj says yes to the ace. Peter picks up queens here.
Oh wow.
He's just gonna call.
Well, here you go. You said we're playing deep.
I think I definitely would have leaned toward a 4-bet there from Peter. Can we get a queen 8 deuce flop one time? Almost. 7-7-5.
Raj and Peter with overpairs should make things fun.
Yeah, I don't think anyone wants to be too fond of folding here. Harlan led the action pre.
Two calls.
And
Spikes
Harlan
the ace.
hits the ace. Both Raj and Peter call the $400 continuation bet. There's now $2,200 in the middle. Harlan's going to check back, and this might get a river bet paid off. And here comes Peter. Harlan snaps him off. Peter bets 700.
In the 2.2. So about a third of the pot.
Easy call for Harlan.
What somebody in chat say earlier? They got Harland.
They got Harlan. Harlan's the best. Personally, I think would rather play Peter's hand as a check call or even check fold. What
do you think you're getting to fold there? I mean, to call there that's worse.
I really have no idea. I don't think Harlan. I mean, because Harlan is probably going to check back jacks, queens, kings. on that turn card.
And he 3-bet pre-flops, so he could have ace-king there. He could have a lot of aces.
Yeah, I mean, he can have kings. I mean, it's almost as if Peter trying to get Harlan to throw away kings. And the way the hand plays out, I just don't think that's happening.
Yeah, Femi Sarah asked the same question.
Yeah. I think Peter's hands played more profitably as a check call, or maybe when you want to just
a bluff catcher, or just
Especially because the river went multi-way. And I just think the frequency that Harlan's be bluffing there because one is more profitable as a check call than a bet, obviously. But even then, I don't even know what we can profitably check call against because after Harlan is called in a 3-bet pot in 2 spots on the flop, and the ace comes on the turn, I just don't know that Harlan's ever bluffing that much on the river. I don't think he's going to be bluffing often where we can even profitably check call or even going for thin values. He's never evaluating jacks or 10s there.
No.
And I don't think he's going to be bluffing off enough into multiple opponents where we can even profitably check call queens there.
Yeah.
I think it's just.
And I think you throw away a lot of your showdown value by trying to throw the bet out there. Too.
Yeah. Rod's going to open up the cutoff with the 4-3 clubs. I like that.
Go.
And Peter, fresh off of the reload, is going to immediately 3-bet to 325. With the ace and the queen. I like it. Color up your damn chips. And Anthony wakes up jacks. I wouldn't blame Anthony just to cold fold the jacks here.
So I was thinking the same thing. I was about to ask you, how often are you folding in this position? Because a 3-bet that large,
player dependent. I mean, Peter did just lose a decent sized pot, but Peter's not. I mean, if Anthony's got any experience playing with Peter, Peter's not the type to just like steam off and like dust off a bunch of chips.
Although that is a pretty large 3-bet, it almost looks a little tilty. Raj came along with the 3-4 suited.
Top for Peter. I don't think Raj is going to be done yet. He's got a pair and a backdoor club draw, backdoor straight draw. He's going to check call.
Peter's all in?
No, Peter's not all in. I think Peter led for bet about 400 or 500 on.
Okay, there it goes. The graphics were messed up.
Oh, turn 3 and Raj binks 2 pair. Oh my God! Can back-to-back hands for Peter gone wrong? Oh my goodness! Peter reloads and gets turned by Raj. The money goes in, and Raj is stacking. Peter had just added 2K to his stack. Jesus.
So what I like about Raj's style, if you're going to play hands like that, you got to be able to play post-flop really well. And Raj seems to be playing pretty well post-flop.
Yeah, he can't be scared.
Yeah.
Lock the doors. I am on the list for this game.
I'll hold it down. You want to go out there?
I'm thinking more toward the bottom of the list here. Unfortunately.
So if you go out back-to-back, do you reload a 3rd time?
If the game is good, as long as I feel like I'm not tilted, sure. I mean, I'm trying to really make that like dictate whether or not I'm going to keep going around. And if I feel like, okay, I'm getting drawn out on, has tilted me or something like that, and I'm not going to be playing my best poker, then
take a step away.
No matter how good, or at least maybe get up, take a walk, and then come back to clear my head, reground myself. But if the game is good, and I feel like, hey, I just got unlucky, and there's still a lot of money to made here. Yeah, sometimes some of the better sessions you'll ever have come after having to reload a couple times.
Yeah, especially when you have a player calling you a 3-bet pre-flop with 3-4.
Yeah,
the game's pretty good. We have chat talking about Raj right now.
Raj is the beast. He's the best. No gamble, no future. Kathy here with the ace-king. Raj with the nut flush draw. Here we go. Bet is 400. Snap call.
This is a spot that he might. Oh, he just calls. Saying that might have been a good spot to raise with the nut flush draw.
All in and a snap call.
Oh, wow.
It's looking good.
Just after saying how good he plays post flop.
Raj fears no turn.
Are people really rich in the suburb of this casino? Some are.
Still, games play deep. I mean, it's funny. Like we talk about how good games are here in Sacramento. I mean, relative to the size of the population. I mean, LA is the mecca for poker.
Yep.
Vegas, all these places like that. But for how big or small Sacramento is or isn't, the games here play really good. Are much better than they really should be.
So it's like if you go up to Reno, I feel like we play better down here than they do up in Reno. Like as far as the.
We have fans in the chat from Reno. I'm just kidding.
I'm coming up to Reno this week, so I'll see y'all up there.
There you go.
Go ahead and feel free to stack me a few times.
No, yeah, games are tough here. Games are big. And then at the same time, on the other end, I mean, we get games like this where it's just, hey, money's free.
Yeah.
Money's free as long as your hands hold.
I was playing a game this week and it was 50 cents a dollar with a $40 straddle.
Seems reasonable. 51.40.
That was a blast.
Watbry in the chat. What's up, brother man? He's been attorney at the Aria. Nice. How are the games in Reno? Soft.
Very soft. I'm going to try and get up to the Peppermint. Is that what?
Peppermill.
Peppermill. I'm going to try and be up to the Peppermill. It's
Good room.
portion of this week.
Jimmy's one of the best guys there. Runs a beautiful room.
So if y'all feel like free money, meet me up there later this week.
Dealer change, and this is a bomb pot. So everyone puts in $50, and then we see a flop, and then it's poker as usual. $50 bomb pot. They're gonna do this every dealer change.
There wasn't enough action before.
Right.
Here you go.
So there's already $400 in the pot as it is, and now we all get to see the flop. No pre-flop raising. And these hands create for some really weird dynamics because no one has a range. You can't well, he raised in the position.
Yeah.
It's everyone's got too many. Everyone's got a big blind hand. Yeah. They got checked through.
No even information pre-flop.
None. And it's not even that. You can't even he wouldn't just check it. I mean, no information. None. Jack 8-6 with 2 spades. Harlan's got a pair of jacks. Ozzy's got the nut spade draw, and he comes right out firing. Looks like he bet 250, and Harlan throws away the jack. I can't blame him there. Ozzy generally is going to be leading into that many people light. It's hard to imagine that a jack with a 4 kicker is going to be very good that often. Raj has an inside straight draw.
How do you like to play these bomb pots? Are you trying to get in there with light, or you really want a monster?
I mean, obviously we all prefer monsters, but I mean, there's spots where, like in multi-way, you are going to be betting sometimes a little bit thinner. Betting for,
so how do you feel about Raj's call with the gut shot?
It's optimistic.
Raj is going to hit his gutter 100%, the chat says.
It's going to be gross if Raj makes a pair. Ozzy bets 485.
It'd be real sick if he finds a raise here.
And it looks like just that.
I really like this raise. I really like this. I think if you're going to float with a gut shot and you miss, you got to be willing to raise.
I'll go check and make sure it's
Raj calls a flop with a gut shot, turn queen, and he raises now to 1,200.
700 more to call.
It looked like more than 1,200. I could be just mistaken. The white chips are $100 each, and it looks like he had quite a stack of those.
No matter how this hand plays out, I'm glad Raj is in the game.
Right? Once Raj raises turn, I wouldn't expect it. I mean, jamming obviously re-raising is out of the question. Raj, you just got to figure out, okay, am I getting the right price? Assume that Raj is going to pay off.
Because you got to assume you're behind right now.
Yes, absolutely. And we've got to assume that we probably don't have much, if any, fold equity.
So you're hoping your ace is live, your flush is live.
Honestly, probably questioning whether or not his ace is even live right now. Because we wouldn't be expecting Raj to be raising us with one pair type hands.
Well, what about ace queen? You might be able to put him on ace queen if he. Although
still killer ace.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, queen
So
X.
yeah, you got to think your ace is bad here. So you only
Queen X of spades might be the only hand that we can figure out our ace is still live. But
pretty much looking at 9 outs.
and once again, here's the interesting here. It's a bomb pot. I mean, Raj can have Queen 6 here. He can have Queen 8. I mean, Queen Jack's the obvious one that sticks out. Azam's gonna make the call. 9 bricks. Ozzy still has the best hand, but he's going to need Raj to check back to get the showdown here. And I just don't think Raj feels much like checking back right now. Raj might worry that once the Zon calls raise, he might just not be holding much anything.
What are the chances that Zon puts a bet in?
None. Well, not the way the hand played out. If Ozzy played aggressive the whole way, it led turn and just got called. Ozzy might stuff it, would have maybe stuffed a big river bet in there. But after Raj raises turn, there's just no way we're expecting to get any kind of getting folds through on the 9 of diamonds. Zon does check. And this is going to work. Immediately releases the hand, and Raj takes down the pot with 7 high.
I love how he played that hand.
This is going to be a good game. This is going to be a good game. Holy hell.
Yeah, you're not going to get ABC poker with Raj at the table.
No. And you just got to buckle up and just hold on.
So we were talking about this earlier. When you have a player like that, you have. Well, me and you were talking about we would like to play back at him.
Or I mean, open up. You just can't let. I feel like you can't let yourself run over. And that said, I mean, you can go thinner on a lot of your hands. I mean, a lot of your hands of players playing, a lot. I mean, a huge range of cards now becomes profitable to play. Some weaker holdings.
And a lot of those plays are contagious. You get one guy playing like that, and you get a few more playing like that, and it can really loosen the whole game up.
New shooter in seat 4. That is Jake. The other Jake. Maybe I'm the other Jake. Who knows?
The real question is which Jake's better at poker.
Well, this Jake's in the booth and that Jake's out there playing, so that might be an indicator right there. Raj makes it 75 to go, and Idris immediately 3 bets to 3 1/4, 350. Anthony has to fold the ace jack, and Idris gets the king queen through. I love this game.
I do too.
Jake B now, seat 4. And he's gonna have a little bit tougher road to grind here, being out of position against Raj.
With a fairly smaller stack than a lot of the tables.
It's one of these things, so we're talking about, adjusting our opening ranges there. If you're out of position, we definitely need to be playing snugger. In position, and we can play just a whole smorgasbord of hands profitably, just because he's putting so wide. Bearded Jake, and Jake Bearded. If you're gonna Jake and play poker in NorCal, you better have a beard. It's science.
So how do you feel if you're at a position against a really aggressive player? How often do you limp in?
0. I don't.
Zero?
I don't limp.
Not expecting him to raise and then you go over the top of him.
I don't limp. I just find it's hard to balance a limping range without. I mean, you generally find I'm just like giving away free information about the strength of my hand. It's really hard to balance. To have limp re-raise bluff hands and balance limp calling range. It's just I don't know. I'd rather just, if I'm going to play a hand, just open it all the hands that I'm playing, and just adjust the hands that I am opening,
not get over tricky,
rather than just
give away
open
too much
side
information.
C-Mill gets one through. Embodied Harlan reload all the way to the second stack. He reloaded a little bit, I know that, but he won a couple of decent-sized pots after that. He won one off of Raj, and I think he won one off, he won that big pot off Peter, where Peter had where Harlan turned the ace-jack and Peter had queens. And Harlan actually got value on the river when Peter led.
700, and
yeah, we led for 1/3 pot. Raj is going to go stack everyone on the table or go broke. It's not a capped 5K buy-in. No, it is table stakes. So you can, and that's where we've seen players add on and add on and add on in this game.
When the game first started, though, it was 5K, but then it's table max, like you said.
Correct. Yeah. Straddle is on. Open to 60. C-bet, top 2, take it down. Easy game.
Easy
Just
game.
open the pot, flop top 2. Yeah, make a little bet fold. Yeah. Monster Hands C8 did not start with 9K. I think we started with 5K, and before the stream started, he won a huge pot off of Harlan. That hand was actually being shown right as we went to our introductions, went around the table. Harlan flopped 2 pair. Anthony had flopped top pair. Ended up turning a gut shot straight draw. The money went in on the turn, and Anthony got there.
Yeah, runner straight for a 6K pot.
Yep.
Feels good.
Feels real good. It's always nice when you oopsie in the right direction.
Yep.
There's a $30 straddle on now. Scott opens King Jack and Anthony immediately puts in a 3-bet with King Queen. And Azan might be leading to 4-bet Anthony here. The Ace 10. There it is. 4-bet to 405. From Ozzy.
Down.
The problem for Anthony, besides being out of position here, is when you think about the hands that, I mean, most players 4-bet, obviously you know that Ozzy's capable of 4-betting lighter than a lot of players are. King Queen against a normal player's 4-betting. Most people will 4-bet like kings, aces,
Ace King suited,
King suited sometimes. Most players, a lot of players don't even like 4-bet queens.
Yeah.
So our hand King Queen suited, although it looks pretty, it just doesn't play that well against a 4-bet.
Yeah, because a lot of you're pretty much down to one card against a lot of this. It's pretty much drawing real thin against a lot of them.
I mean, you gotta have Wood, Aussie, Cold, 4-bet jacks. Probably not.
I do like his 4-bet because the straddle was a little larger than normal, so you know the 3-bet's coming in probably light.
And like I said, Anthony's capable of 3-betting light, which gives Ozzy the green light to 4-bet light. It creates one of those dynamics between those two players who know each other pretty well, where it's like, I know that we know that. Yeah, so you clearly not choose the wine in front of me. Harlan opens to 85, and Kathy is just going to call the ace-king suited.
That's pretty tight.
That is real snug. Some of her thinking might be because she wants to keep Raj in the big blinds, and if she thinks he's just going to fold to most of it. I mean, it looks like obviously he's willing to call a lot of stuff, pre to want a single open, but he might be folding, most of those hands to a 3-bet. She might just want to be keeping him in the blinds. Flops pretty well.
Yeah. Problem is you leave Raj around, he can play post flop.
Well, yeah, and you're getting some really, really weird spots now. Yeah. Harlan does continue with his queen.
And Kathy just calls again. Harlan has to assume she has an ace, doesn't he?
She can have clubs, but the problem is Harlan does have a club in his hand. So there's been some removal there. The other part of this is knowing the player. Once again, if Kathy's not 3-betting ace king, I mean, you got to figure that she's on the tighter side of things, which might be less inclined to bluff turns. Harlan does get away from it. Just remember this: what if you win at poker but lose in table games? So you
Story of my life.
Yeah. Don't play table games.
The beautiful thing about California is there's no dice here. Every time I go to Nevada, I make everything I'm going to gamble with at the poker table and dump it all back at the craps table.
Bro, it's not good for you.
It's a good time, though.
I guess I'm fortunate in that regard, where I've just never been much into just like other table games. I mean, aside from poker, I don't rip slots. I don't play blackjack. I don't even know how to play. Like, people come back from the dark side playing baccarat or 3-card poker, and I don't even know the damn rules.
So I can tell you everything over there. I love
we can be friends, but we gotta be careful.
As long as you keep me on this side of the building, we're good.
There we go.
I even enter the back door so I don't come in on that side.
Oh, you can stay away from the Cal side?
Yep.
The dark side.
Double deck blackjack is a killer. That's the truth.
Three-way.
An aggressive check.
Harlan's got the gutter ball and the best hand. WZ Migley says Bach is a very easy game to beat if you know what you are doing.
So all I do for baccarat is the people betting house payments. I just do what they do. I just follow along.
And if my memory doesn't serves me correctly, I believe WZ Migley just martingales the Bach tables. So he obviously knows what he's doing.
There you go. That's pretty much what I do. I just bet with everybody else.
I just let my friends. I live, vicariously through my friends' DGen problems.
So the funniest thing to see is, so everybody's in the chat talking about you bet where everybody else is betting. Is that one guy that comes over? People are betting house payments, car payments, crazy money on everybody betting the same side. This one guy comes over and bets $5 on the other side and wins, and just to watch everybody wait to see someone come collect.
Four-way action. No one opened. This is a lit pot all in the straddle. Not much of anything going on here.
Alright, first ticket is for Deanna. Deanna looks like she may have taken out.
C-Mill can't find any love.
No, that was pretty unfortunate with the river coming out.
Yeah, Tech really didn't cooperate with us there.
Yeah. Been a lot more fun if a club or something came to make it a little...
Something to make it weird.
Yeah.
Deanna, you got 1 minute collecting cards.
Just got to look at our stacks here. You can see everything's getting pretty deep. We are playing with now with it seems like a $20 straddle, like every hand. So it does make stack depth a little bit more reasonable.
Do you think it's agreed upon straddle, or is it just random people straddling?
I think it's agreed upon. I think everyone just kind of agreed to do it. And if I know it was on well, I mean he's probably one of the ones instigating it. And here we go. Open 85, call 85, and Raj 3 bets here. Got some graphic lag.
We do get a call.
Heads up.
Alright guys, we're going to draw for another game here.
A6-4. Raj continues. It's like, look like 375 on the flop.
Alright, we pulled it.
275. Turn 6, and Raj is still betting. Now we know Harlan's got to have an ace here.
100% has to have an ace. And be ready for Raj to wake up with 6-3.
Check, check. Harlan shows down the ace-queen and wins a nice sized pot. And that's what it is. You buckle up, you flop a pair, and
you just hold on.
You just close your eyes and say call.
That is the thing, though. If Raj does wake up with a hand, it's gonna...
No, I'm saying Raj gets paid. I mean, like you saw the hand between Peter and Raj earlier. I mean, his hand's a snap call because it's Raj.
Yep.
I mean, if Raj, he's barreling there, with less than top pair. You can have anything that you just close your eyes and say call. But that's it. When Raj does make a hand, the man gets paid off.
Yeah.
I mean, he earns it. I mean,
Yeah.
Harlan's got the straddle on here. C-Mill limps Raj opens. Azan defends big. And we're going to go 3 ways here. Still experiencing some graphic lag.
This could be a fun flop.
Checks through, turn deuce. Probably going to see Azan lead here. That's 200. And regardless of what Ozzy had, on that board, once that flop checks through, Ozzy's probably going to be leading the turn just a huge percentage of the time.
All right, looking for Nacio. I haven't seen it for a while. Nacio.
Are having some technical difficulties with the RFID. Bear with us, we get it sorted out. In the meantime, we'll be playing the mystery hand every hand. But it's okay because we're here and we can pretend to know what we're talking about.
And everybody can get a feel for how everybody else knows playing against Raj.
All right, we're looking for Earl Showman. Earl.
Graphics are back up.
Last call for Earl. $200.
That's it. I see it. Bam.
All right, how about Howard the Priest?
So it's open to 110, or it looks like, yeah, it's open to 110, and Ozzy puts in the 3-bet to 455. And that's the end of that hand.
It's a big 3-bet.
Nothing new here to see Ozzy instigating action.
Last call for Howard.
Can I get a coffee, cream and sugar, and a mug?
One name? I'm good.
Sure.
All right, drawing another name. Looking for Scott Iverson. Scott Iverson.
Raj opens 75 here with the 5 deuce of hearts.
This is a hand I would play against Raj from the button.
All right, guys, drawing another name.
And 3 1/4 from Anthony. And without a bit of hesitation, Raj is going to snap take a flop with the 5 deuce. Ace Jack 4, 1 heart. Raj has an inside straight draw and a backdoor heart draw. Anthony hits top pair.
All right, guys, drawing another name. Looking for Lisa Kim.
I definitely see a call. I'm interested to see if he raises here.
See, this is the difference probably we talked about earlier, being like you check raising a board that misses opponent's opening range. When Anthony
wow.
3-bets, it's oh my god, Raj
Spiked it.
God. Raj turns the world here, and Anthony is drawing dead.
Wow.
Anthony now bets 700. I like his sizing, and there's no reason for us to be afraid on this board.
A little bit of acting.
Now it'll be interesting to see. I mean, the hand is how long pending. We said we're on like a 30-minute delay. If Anthony has gone back and watched and seen Raj when he raised Azan earlier with the 5-7, now Anthony might be wondering what's going on here. If he's aware that Raj bluffed Azan earlier with the 5-7 on the Queen Jack 6-8 board,
He might be. He's more inclined to call here.
Anthony might get sticky. Once again.
Because what are you afraid of on this board?
We're afraid of ace jack, ace 3, ace 4. Obviously, I mean, Raj can have sets, and he can. I mean, just because players playing a lot of hands, there's no reason that he can't have good hands too.
Yeah.
And Anthony might think, hey, well, what I heard from ace jack or ace 4 earlier. So that might put us, okay, well, now we think, okay, we think he might have definitely check raised ace jack, ace 4 on the flop. Then now it's like ace 3, 4, 3. I don't think he's thinking much about 5 deuce.
No. Good fold.
That's a very good fold from Anthony. And a lot of other spots you might think, okay, that's a standard fold, easy to get away from here. Oh, and he shows him one card and shows the deuce of hearts. Oh, that's sick.
He definitely has that time stamped. He's gonna go back and look at that one.
It might seem like a more arbitrary fold, in other games. With a player like Raj who can get as aggressive as he can, sometimes you've got to make wider calls. We go back to that hand that he played it with Ozzy. And mind you, he was in position there. And it was a bomb pot, a little bit different. But still here, I mean, we have Anthony 3-bet pre and bet twice.
With 7 high.
Well, I mean, in this hand, so you got to imagine, that he's going to be pretty strong most of the time. The hard spot is, though, it's Raj, and so it's not the easiest fold to make there. Thank you. WZ Migley, is that you, Matt? LOL. Port Wines doesn't know why he just doesn't call turn and then lead river. Because once again, the way that Raj plays, if he's going to be raising some bluffs, he's got to be raising some value hands as well.
Yeah,
and in a 3-bet pot, he's assuming that Anthony, after betting twice there, that he's not bluffing, that he's got a strong hand, that he's got a value hand, he can have 2 pair there. Ace king, ace queen isn't the worst hand. He can have sets. He can have jacks or aces.
Because if you're only calling there with big hands and only raising when you're bluffing, it's giving it away.
Yeah,
you gotta,
it's exploitable.
Yeah.
If you're going to be raising some bluffs, then we have to also be raising some value hands as well. And in a 3-bet pot on an ace-high board where our opponent bet twice, there's no reason for us to think that he's weak there. And so why, if you think, hey, we have reason enough to indicate that our opponent's strong, why not raise with our best hands there? Poker Pro is call turn, raise river.
Most of the time I would agree, but like the way Raj has been playing, I can see either way.
Call turn, lead river, maybe like bomb river.
Yeah.
Call turn, check call turn, and then you can bomb the river.
Yeah.
Jake here flops a set of 3s. Raj has 2 pair. I think Jake's going to be willing to just get it in here against Raj. Jake leads for 90. Raj pops him to 250. Jake's just going to call. You might be trying to keep Raj's bluffs in on the river. If Raj maybe pick up clubs and bluffing clubs. Jake checks. Now we shove. Raj bets 400.
I do like just calling and checking, knowing that Raj is almost firing every barrel.
Against Raj, I definitely think it's a jam. If he's got King 10, more power to him. Pre-flop, it was just lumped around, so it's hard to put him on a bigger set. What's he got? Aces, queens, or jacks? There was no open pre-flop. And Raj plays pretty crazy, pretty aggressive but not passively. He's never generally trapping there. And there's Jake getting the money in. Attaboy, Jake.
Now you think Raj can get away from this?
As much as Raj likes splashing chips, Raj is not into just like throwing money away. Raj is capable of folding here. The problem is there's, I mean, what, almost 3K in the pot, 2,500 in the pot?
Yeah. And I wonder if you guys have played together before, because there is a chance Jake was on a flush draw.
He could have turned, he could have,
And then just bombed the river, missing the flush.
it's going to cost Raj about 1,000 to call. And Raj, what do you have 5 deuce? What do you have 5 deuce of clubs?
Because I don't think he makes his all-in raise with ace king.
Absolutely not.
And so if it's not ace king, you got to hope it's either a busted flush draw, or you just got to admit to yourself you're beat.
The only thing Raj might be thinking is if my opponent had 2 pair or better on the turn, why wouldn't he shove with his stack size? Raj is cutting out chips for a call, it looks like. That might be the one thing that Raj is thinking of here. Like, if my opponent really had 2 pair,
Why'd they waste so long?
why would he not stuff the turn?
And not only that, he checked the river, potentially losing value if he just gets checked back to him.
Raj makes a call.
Yep. I don't like that call.
Well played. Nice hand by Jake. I'm pretty sure this is Jake's first time playing with Raj.
Yeah.
He's played it with most of these other players before, I'd like to believe.
So what do you think Raj talked himself into? You think he talked him into?
I think that's it. Just like if there's any, how could you possibly have 2 pair here or better if you didn't play back at me on the turn?
Yeah. I just don't see him jamming though.
And not playing back on turn and then not leading river. Some players will, let's see, like just call in that spot, and even with a king 10 with a nut, and then lead river. Like it's hard for a lot of players. In Raj's mind, I might be that. A lot of players, and I tend to agree with that. A lot of players aren't doing that. Yeah. A lot of players aren't good enough to play the set of 3s that way. Jake is. A lot of players aren't, where they're either going to call and then just lead and then stuff river into them if they flat the turn, or just get it in on the turn.
I really like how Jake played that against Raj though.
Jake's solid. Carrie Marshall in the chat.
Bomb pot.
Bomb pot.
Here we go.
$50 bomb pot. There's $450 in the pot already. An ace 8 deuce. Carrie Marshall, if I'm not mistaken, final tabled the WSOP circuit main event up in Tahoe this last weekend.
Nice.
Yeah. Carrie's one of the good guys in poker. We love us some Carrie. He's one of those Reno players.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited to get out there and play. I haven't played in Reno in about a year.
I get up to Reno probably, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 times a year. Always a good experience. And once again, as much as I'm trying to retire from tournaments, I find myself up there for some of those events. Yeah. The circuit event, WPTP stacks, things like that. Good people, good rooms, good games. I just try to find out wherever Carrie Marshall's playing. And then I just follow. No, just kidding. Carrie's the best.
Baldy's chasing ghosts away with his dog's gas.
I don't know. I don't understand things sometimes.
Weird game, weird chat. It's all fun.
It's all good. Scott's going to limp in sevens here. Anthony makes it 100 to go with the ace and the jack. Raj got the jack and the 10. Call. I just calls with the queen 6 of hearts. Yeehaw.
3 final tables in Reno.
Carrie made 3 final tables in Reno?
Yep.
God damn.
Remember when I said Reno was soft?
Oh, wow. 3, 4, 6. I'm sorry, 3, 4, 5. I just flopped open-ended. It checks through. 9 of spades comes off. No one has a spade. But Raj bets 200 here with Jack 10, no spade. This is what we're talking about.
Takes it down.
Guy knows how to get aggressive. Three final tables up in Tahoe for Mr.
That's
Terry Marshall.
impressive.
It is impressive. One of our local players that plays in some of the bigger games here, Shane Gonzalez, he won his first circuit ring up in Tahoe during the circuit, and then he was just on the Poker Night in America playing the 25-50 game back east or over in Choctaw or Pittsburgh or somewhere.
It's nice to see local guys going.
Yeah.
Big
Shane's a great guy. He plays the 10-20 games. Normally, I'm sure he'd on the list to play this game. Great guy. Good to have him in the room. It's good to see some of our local guys get through and get some hardware.
Yep. So I know you said you're retiring from tournament play.
Retiring, not retired. I'm retiring. I'm working on it.
Are you still going to try and bink some of those?
Good value events like that, I'm still going to play no matter what.
Yeah.
Schedule time permitting. Family life permitting. Yeah, I'm going to try to do as much as well. Yeah, at that final table, Tony Bracey, Gusto's at that final table. Jash. Poker Pro, how long does it take to retire? I don't know, ask Doyle Brunson. I'm not the right man to answer that question. I've failed every time I've tried to retire from tournament.
It's the thought that counts.
That's it. There's a fun card. And there's a fun player with a fun bet. Raj with the king of spades in his hand and a gut shot. An open-ended straight draw.
Let's see
It's 300 here.
8 of spades.
Whee! It's a big turn card for Raj.
Even though Raj had been hit a little bit, he hasn't let go of that gas.
No, that's just how he plays poker, and like I said, it's what gets him paid off when he does make big hands. That's the reason why I'm impressed with Anthony's fold earlier, because it's Raj. Raj likes to pull the trigger when it looks like if it might work. $20 straddle is still on.
Carrie bringing the truth to the chat.
There it is. You got there retired you. Open to 115 from C-Mill with the A7 offsuit. Raj got a nice little hand on the button. C-Mill hits his ace, hits his ace. Raj hits the queen. Turn 8, and Raj picks up some outs. And now make a straight with a jack. C-Mill checks. And there's Raj putting the pressure on.
375.
We just close our eyes and say call.
Yep. You check calling here?
Yes. Check, check.
So how often are you trying to put a thin bet there?
I think I get most of my value by check calling.
Yeah.
If I'm going to get thin value, it probably would have been where if I led the turn as well, I might lead turn small and lead river small. If I'm determined that my opponent is just going to be trying to burn me down with a queen.
And you play that differently against somebody else other than Raj, correct?
Yeah, I mean, if my opponent is more inclined to find creative bluffs, then I think it's definitely more profitable to just bluff catch, check call all of our top pair type hands. If our opponent is less bluffy and just is more stationy, then I think the line we just go bet and make it lay him a good price the whole way.
Yeah.
Open to 85.
Some of the chat was just saying they thought Raj lost some of his confidence, but I don't think he's going to slow down.
I think he just recognized the spot where he's obviously getting called.
Raise with 10-7, flop 2 sevens, easy game.
And you see about it too. And that's the thing about Raj. He understands that, hey, if I'm going to be bluffing on all these boards, once again, I got to be have some value. So when he flops strip sevens, and we have to bet.
Yeah.
In the previous hand, I think it was pretty obvious he was going to get check called. After C-Mill leads flop and then check calls turn, I just don't think he's check folding river that often, and I think Raj is very much aware of that.
Yeah. Kind of caught on that he was just holding on.
Yeah.
You weren't going to blast him off the hand. Monster hand says Raj is going to go home with 20K or nothing.
It's not out of the realm possibility. I would not bet against that.
Yeah.
It's open to 75, call, and a Zon out of the big blind makes it 325 to go. 425, check that, I apologize. Ant Doom in the chat. What's up, buddy?
Pete, do you have a seat?
C-Mill's gonna throw it away.
On a table like this, how light are you 3-betting?
Depends who opens. But hands like ace-9 out of position there, it's never profitable
Just to call.
Yeah. Because if we hit the ace, if we hit an ace and any kind of significant amount of money is going through in the pot, we're probably second best. Yeah. I mean, those hands are much better played as a 3-bet or fold. And obviously, of course, being very much aware of that, and being a very aggressive player is going to tend to lean toward the more aggressive option, that is 3-betting.
And then just folding to a 4-bet.
Yeah.
few free rides we've seen today.
Yep. Again, look at our stack sizes there. Harlan, it says Harlan got the big stop at 8,600. I know Raj is much deeper than that. It says Raj only has 5K. Raj has 2 full towers of white there, 3. Looks like more like 65, somewhere in that one as far as where Raj's stack is at.
Everybody now is fairly deep.
Yeah.
Raj with the natural 4-5 offsuit raise.
And Scott folded King Jack to Raj's open.
I don't like that.
I mean, no. I mean, why not like how King Jack plays, you know, against some other players? But when Raj is opening everything into the sun, I think throwing away the King Jack in position nonetheless.
I even like 3-betting with that.
Maybe isolate him.
Yeah.
King 9-7, 2 clubs. Anthony gonna bet his gut shot. That's 200. Jake
Calls with a gut shot of his own.
got a double gutter. Make straight with an 8 or a
And
queen.
there it is.
And there it is. Jake fills up the best of his gut shots. It is a club. Jake has a jack of clubs in his hand. He leads for 3 1/4. Unless Anthony specifically has a hand like King Queen, or he can't even have Ace King.
He could rep a club here. He could rep club.
Yeah,
But Jake has the blocker.
Jake knows that Anthony's checking back that card a huge percentage of time, unless he specifically has a hand like King Queen. And he can't even have Ace King with the Ace of Clubs.
Yeah.
Because there was no 3-bet. So Jake knows he's got to lead and just hope that, you know, Anthony picks up a little something, or has something he can call him with.
With Jake on the table and Jake in the booth, sounds like he lost his mind and started referring to himself in third person.
Pocket Abe's. Don't talk to us like that. Jake in the booth doesn't care for that. Pocket Abe's. One of the best.
A $50 straddle?
$50 straddle.
I love it.
Just your average 5, 10, 50 game on a Wednesday night here at Stone's. And option, C-Mill limps in the small blind, and Raj makes it 400 to go with 10-5.
I love this. I love this.
Well, he's got straight blockers.
He does. And he's gonna take it down. I love that.
Whee!
Say a lot of things about Raj, but he's not boring to watch.
No, not at all. So I'm interested if C-Mill can adjust from there and then maybe limp in some strong hands out of the blinds on Raj's straddle to see if Raj is gonna maybe pull the same trigger.
So I tried bringing that up earlier, where if you have a player like Raj to your left, if you might
open
limp in with the strong hand.
I think blind versus blind, is a little bit different there. Like I said, there's some spots where I might, because once it folds around to my blind, I pick a strong hand. It's just so hard to get value now because only 1 or 2 people are gonna get through. Gonna call. At the same time, though, Raj is calling everything under the sun, so I might just still just open.
Raise, yeah, just because you know the value is going to be there.
Yeah. Where is this tournament? Trinity 2647. No good turn card for C-Mill, so he's going to go ahead and try to take on the pot now. He does.
And that's the beauty of this game. It is a cash game. It is playing very deep, very loose.
It's going to be good. Young SP82, welcome to the stream. We are feeding you some 5, 10, 20, 5, 10, 50, unlimited Holdem. Stacks are deep.
The smallest stack has 260 big blinds.
Bro, it's good for you.
I love it.
Welcome to Stones.
Yep. Raj, I'm pretty sure Raj drives a car that doesn't have brakes.
Folds to the blinds here.
Surprise, Raj is in the hand.
Scott is going to check his option with the ace-5 suited. Check through. Idris turns an inside straight draw and the only club draw. And Idris makes a pair of 8s. It's going to be good.
I would have liked to bet on the turn from Idris just to try and generate some value there.
Well, yeah, we got 8 high and a lot of outs.
Yep. Either take the pot down or set yourself up to be able to play a bigger pot on the river.
Poker Pro Eric, when does the Friday stream start? I think we have that planned for 2018 to start streaming some stuff for us on Fridays. Not positive about that. That's just a rumor that I'm starting.
I definitely think we should have a stream on Friday.
Yeah, it's good. Fans want it. Karizer, what's going on?
Caleb, you're
8-7 suited for Azan. And we got action.
4 ways.
9-4-4. Ozzy flicks out a chip, takes it down. It's an easy game.
Open.
Just opening high, get called multiple spots. You throw out a chip to tell everyone to fold, and then you get the you win all the you keep the money. It's easy.
I've been playing the game wrong my whole life. Terry asking if Harlan's shutting down to save his win.
I don't know if he's even like he might be booking a win right now. He lost a huge pot right as the stream started as we were going through intros.
Sick hand.
Sick hand, nasty cooler. He did win that big pot off of Raj though. And see now, Carrie, Harlan listens to you. He's going to open up the pot to 50 here with a 6-7 suited. Kathy, make it 2-10 to go. And I just picks up kings.
This is the first time I've seen Kathy 3-bet.
Yeah, she flatted the ace king earlier.
Ace king suited, flatted.
Yeah. And here comes a cold 4-bet from the button. 550. I like the sizing. How much is I just have back? I got 2K back.
Yeah.
Kathy immediately gives it up. I just shows the kings.
Fat train in the house.
What's up? What do you guys want a 10-minute break? I'll hop in or what?
I'm good.
I'm all right.
Yeah.
That's good. If I hate you both. Yeah. That's good. Good talk.
There's room for 3. I don't know if you can sneak in here.
Do you want to go? Can I go? All right. That's all right. Coming in.
Coming in hot.
Third guy. I just want to say hi because I want to exercise this rare opportunity where I'm technically not employed, so I can actually have a drink in the booth.
There we go.
And it makes me happy inside. Hi, friends. Oh, look,
kids?
Fat's train is in the middle. Kidding.
Good enough. Game's been crazy. Raj is driving all the action.
C5, yeah?
C5,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah.
And now Kathy has picked the queen or kings the very next hand. How's the game's been treating you? Did you make it to Tahoe at all?
No, I didn't actually. It's funny. My folks borrowed my SUV to also go to Tahoe, and I was just like, "Hey, cool! I'm gonna come over and grab my truck, and I'm gonna go to Tahoe and play in the circuit." And they're like, "We're in Tahoe, and we have your truck," and I'm like, "Cool, have fun." Yeah, see you out there.
Nice.
So who's the big winner so far?
It still might be Raj. God, hard to tell. Well, Anthony won a huge pot off of Harlan early.
Yeah,
Harlan did get some back from Raj.
That's a beat. Anthony's stack looks intimidating, but Harlan's like all whites. So,
I'm pretty sure the big winner actually right now is Raj. Ace of clubs going. What is ace 10-10? And Kathy is going to bet the kings. Oh no, Zahn bet out with fives. Zahn bet. Zahn didn't. Yeah, I don't call it. Zahn bet 50. Kathy called. River Club.
Zahn does the double check. Like, I'm just kidding.
Kathy takes it down.
Yeah, I tuned in for a second. I'm just like, I was like, oh, what's going to be on tonight? Like, Omaha or something. And I was just like, oh, and I look at the chip stacks, and right off the bat, the first deck I see is Seed 8 right there. And I'm just like, oh my god, what game is this?
Right, yeah.
Like, this
we were gonna be doing some PLO, and it ended up being a 5-10 no limit. And I think the fans would be happy for it. This game has been insane.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say the smallest stack is 250 blinds deep.
Yeah, that's awesome.
No straddle this hand. And here comes Raj, opening up the pot again. Raj is a real hand this time. Eight, 4, 5, 2 clubs. Raj's pair of tens are still out in front. Inside straight draw for Idris. Makes a call. The king is not going to slow down Raj whatsoever.
Not at all.
Ross gives 0. He does not care. He's just like, I'm in.
That's 450.
You either fold or raise here.
Yes.
Exercising option A. Letting it go.
So yeah, the game's been off the chain. Raj's been driving all the action. Players have been trying to kind of react and balance around that. But it's been good. I mean, he's made some really nice plays. He bluffed the hell out of his on in an earlier pot.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, got the bluff through.
Now, how's the interaction with Raj and Harlan? Because Harlan can generally be a lot of action too. Is he slowed down a little bit since Raj has been?
Harlan slowed down quite a bit.
Yeah.
When the game first started, he was in there, but like he was saying, he took a pretty sick cooler to start the stream off.
And as we all know, I mean, these streams start a half hour before they even go live. So like, even before it comes on, like, crap has already hit the fan.
Yeah. Yeah, as we joined in, he got runner for straight against him in a 6K pot.
Oh God, just a little 6K pot.
Yep.
So interesting here, Raj limps in. It's something we haven't seen him do all night long. Generally, if he's any hand he's played him, and he's called all opens. But I haven't seen Raj open limp yet.
No.
He calls a $30 straddle, Idris makes it 125 to go, and Anthony is now going to take the aggressive line here with a Jack 10 suited.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Makes it 360 to go. 360 with Jack 10 suited, and Azan's got
Oh
kings.
my God, really?
Jesus. Live poker's rigged.
He's like, all I want to do is get position and push out Azan, and Azan wakes up with kings, right?
Oh man.
Cold 4-bet coming up in 3, 2, 1.
I really thought he was gonna reach right then. I'm like, how Azan's timing down?
Azan, come on, help a brother
He
out
was
here.
over there half an hour ago. Watched it.
Oh man, the Azan countdown
And the Academy Award for Best Actor goes to Azan for his role in Kings.
for his role in Stone Cold Statue.
Chat saying kings are never good at stone.
Oh my God, and he knows that. That's why he's gonna go extra aggressive, extra aggro on this what 4-bet here?
You want the bartender?
And Anthony right now thinking like, oh, I was just kidding.
So this hand's gonna be over here when Azan puts in a fat 4-bet. I mean,
No one can call.
Yeah.
May I look up for Deanna, please?
Cold 4-bet.
Like Azan is just never doing this with air ever.
Ah, it was Ozzy, dude.
You're actually right. I wouldn't put it past
He's
Azan. I wouldn't put it past Azan, but I mean, I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt the majority of the time, though.
This is one of those times where I really wish Raj would have just limped 5-bet.
Oh my God.
And Azan just like, Jesus, I just ran into aces. He's just like, oh, they paid to have the board run
Oh, he
out.
did run it, and it was an ace on the river.
Yeah, no one had an ace though. I think
Still.
I think there was a 7 on the board though. They paid to run the board. Right on.
All right. Well, hey, good times. Cool. All right. Bye, guys.
Have a good one.
Hang on. Live poker's rigged.
It is. So what do you think about just flatting there with kings when you have 4 people in the hand?
At different stack depths, it's an option. I mean, if we're really determined to get the money in, if we're gonna flat a hand, I think aces is obviously much better option to flat there. Can we just get it in like on all flops? But with as deep as they still were, I still
Like
for
the 4-bet.
there.
Yeah.
Plus, I mean, nothing wrong with folding out some ace-x hands. Poker Pro Eric says 4-betting is too strong there. So WZ Ming says, what do you prefer to 4-bet there with? Like I said, I mean, that's going back to that conversation, but I just think at that depth, I think 4-betting is standard. I mean, they're both like 5K deep still.
And flatting a 3-bet at 3 something, and if you get another call, everybody gets valued in. You can play it 4 ways.
And, yeah, Raj can limp call a 3-bet. No problem.
Yep.
And that might draw if we flat there. It's going to draw Iris.
10 Jack suit is definitely flatting there if Raj comes along.
Oh, so I mean the 4-bet.
Yeah. Or no, the 3-bet. I'm talking about the 3-bet. If he just, oh no, he
did 3-bet.
Yeah.
I just makes it 125 to go with the jacks. Ice Dogs says more Veronica, please.
So that's really how they got me in the booth. They lied to me. They told me Veronica was going to be here, and so I got excited and showed up.
I can start saying some sex jokes. I don't know.
There you go. Please don't.
Poker Pro Eric says stack sizes, position, player range, dealer. Okay, and I thank you, Zach, for immediately jumping on this. That how is a dealer important? Poker Pro Eric says dealer is a factor. Eric, I hope to God you're being a troll here. Get off, bro. The
100%
dealer,
he's trolling.
the dealer matters. Jesus.
Only if you're playing baccarat.
Oh my God, Poker Pro Eric. Why do you love to make my head hurt? He loves to torture me. He really does. Suited ace, the cuter the dealer, the more likely to hit my draws. Oh Jesus, they're all.
You get one troll started, they all
Who's
come
feeding
along.
the chat booze right now? I mean, what is happening here? The dealer's a small factor. Poker Pro Eric, god damn it. Just stop. No, I said it's a small factor. Stop.
That might make sense if he's talking about the button.
He's not, because he already mentioned position. And he clarifies, no, the dealer of the cards. Poker Pro Eric, you're a fish. You're still my friend, but you're a fish.
He strikes me as a person that would track his plus minus with different dealers.
Oh god, it's undoubtedly. C-Mail's gonna make it 80 to go here off the button. Jake, I like the 3-bet with the ace-8 suited out of the small blind. Once again, definitely he's gonna be more profitable with 3-bet here. Idris now might be forced to fold out the 6s.
I've liked what I've seen from Jake so far.
Jake's solid, real good player, and he's got the toughest sort of ground here. He's out of position against Raj.
And he started the game short stacked also.
Yeah, I didn't. When I was actually playing the 2-5 game with Jake right before the stream started, and he didn't come here to play, 5, 10, 20. I didn't either. I showed up here because I thought PLO was going.
Yep.
And next thing you know, it's a 5, 10, 20. That sometimes it's 5, 10, 50. I mean, so. But when the game's this good, I don't think you can really afford to pass up on it. If the seat opens up, hey, you take what you got with you.
Yeah.
You carry it over, and hey, just hope
See what you make out of it.
Anthony now picks up the kings. Magic Man 366. I challenge Poker Pro Eric heads up the game. Well, it depends who the dealer is. Maybe he will, maybe he won't. Harlan's going to call with the Queen Jack off. And away we go.
Not a very exciting flop.
Anthony's going to check it over here. 5 come off, hits Idris.
What do you think about the check on the flop right there?
10-3 deuce is so hard to connect with people. There are spades there. We can get value from flush draws. We can get value from 10, obviously. But I think it's really counting on Harlan doing the betting. It's trying to pick up the dead money.
Scott, lock your seat for TJC.
That is 125. Anthony might be pretty sure that I just might lead larger with 2-pair plus. But the hard part is, trying to get called by 1 pair. I mean, the argued raise, I do like making it big here, maybe make it look like busted spades. But then again, as a pre-flop raiser, if we flop our flush draw on 10-3 deuce, wouldn't we maybe c-betting a lot of our flush draws?
Yeah, that's
So
where the
here's-
check comes
So
back.
it's gonna be weird here. It's almost as if Anthony's repping a busted draw here. There weren't a lot of draws on the board.
Yeah, because I feel like if you have the spades there on the flop, you're definitely c-betting with spades.
On a board like that, definitely. I mean, other boards that are more likely to hit our opponents, let's say it becomes like Jack 10, 8, something like that. We're much more likely to run into our opponents, especially our opponents defending the big line. Then checking might be better because we're just not going to have a lot of fold equity on those boards like that. But on 10-3 deuce, and especially if we had like a lower flush draw, we're definitely betting.
Yeah.
It's a sick raise from a nit 1 pair. Was he bluffing? No, he's not bluffing.
No, he was trying to make it look like a bluff to get value.
But I said it's hard to get, just because it's hard to make it look like busted spades. Considering that we were the pre-flop raiser and did not.
The story just didn't make sense.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough for him to get paid off there. I don't even know if C-Mill, if he had a 10, would be calling there. Raj makes it 100 to go off the button. And ace 9-4 all diamonds. Raj does have the best diamond draw. Probably gonna be the end of the hand. I don't see C-Mill getting
It is
sticky.
Raj, though.
It is Raj, but I mean, the other part of it,
there it goes.
the other part about it, it'd be one thing if we can just call here and then show the hand down and then okay, well, did I make a good call?
You're
or
gonna
not?
face a
But
bet.
that's it. You're not just calling it flop. It's Raj. You know you're gonna be facing a turn bet, and if not, a thick river bet.
Yeah.
We seem to have a disagreement. Easy value raise, never getting called by worse. I think he was raising for value, but I just don't think the line was there. I don't think he's ever getting called. I just don't think one pair of hands ever call us there.
I think if you want to make that raise, you have to bet the flop there to tell this, just to
I agree.
sell the busted flush draw.
I agree.
We have a
I think-
50 straddle.
Plus, I think Anthony's much better like making that move against a player that's likes to hero more often. He's probably more profitable to try to do that against me. I'm probably like, this is really, I don't know, nothing makes any sense here. I call. I just don't think Idris is the right player to be doing that with. And, you know, fast forward back on this hand. If you get called by worse, it's the dealer's fault. Oh, yeah. Bet 275 from Raj with a pair of sevens. Kathy getting sticky, and Raj turns trips.
I wish I could live in Raj's world.
Right? God, it's good. $475. Again, are we going to be willing to call a river bet?
How do you feel? So if you were going to call here, would you rather just raise?
No.
No, you would float and then check
If
call.
I'm gonna call, if I decide I have the best hand, I don't think jamming, because I don't think I'm ever getting better
Called
to
by-
fold
yeah.
or called by worse. I mean, maybe Raj stacked off of spades, but even then I think we can just check call there if we determine that he just has spades there. Kathy has been bamboozled. It's hard. I mean, sometimes, it's Kathy might find it better to take a stand with pocket nines on a jack high board against Raj in position. It's just so tough to do that out of position. I mean, because you really are, giving it away to your opponent on every street that you're not really, really, really strong, and giving all the motivation that a player like Raj needs to just fire away at us. So mind you, he turned the best hand. But that's what, if we're going to take a stand with some hands, I think it's best done when we find ourselves in position against Raj, rather than, getting sticky out of position like that.
And Raj knows she's pretty.
Yeah, Raj got to feel that she's snug.
Yeah.
Raj makes it 125 to go. And the board comes out 10-4-4. Both Raj and Simo hit the 10.
This could get fun.
Continue for 150.
With a limit drawing ticket.
And we just close our eyes and say call.
Yeah.
We're going to do our next drawing for $150. All right, Wagon Tax going to be heading to table number
250.
7. Table 7.
I'm holding on for dear life.
275.
Omaha players, this is also the last hand to beat the.
There's 1,100 in the pot. Raj checks it back. Chop 10s and 4s, the queen kicker. have we heard anything from Scott? We saw him fold, the King Jack offsuit to a single open in position from Raj
instead of 3-betting.
Well, you can flat there profitably against Raj's open. You can 3-bet to isolate them. You can do a lot of stuff there, but I feel like if we're not going to be playing King Jack in position versus single open. What are we really waiting for? And what do we think we're going to get paid off with?
Because you got to think, by the time he does get a hand and he does end up raising, everyone's just going to lay down.
Just going to lay down.
Yep.
Yeah. You got to give action to get action. We'll refer to Raj as Exhibit A through Z. Like I said, it's going to make it tough, when you're just nut peddling.
Yeah.
To get paid off. And in that case, you're just hoping to cooler someone. Bomb pot time. And the king and the 9 and the 10. Jake, ace king suited. Nice bomb pot hand.
Yeah, that's pretty much over.
450 in the pot, and it's about a 275. Trying to see if anyone else can continue here.
If Raj has the Jack 3, I think he calls. But Scott holding it, I think it's pretty much in the muck.
As Matty Games, I know I'm mispronouncing that. Welcome to the stream. It is 5:10. Noma Holdem, the $20 and sometimes $50 straddle has been active. Some good set spots where we're doing bomb pots in every dealer change, because that's the way poker should be played.
Absolutely. Should be played 300 blinds deep.
Yeah.
Bomb pots every 30 minutes, 40 minutes. 5x straddles.
And we got an open to 100. 100 or 125. $135 from Raj. Who called him? Harlan called him with a 9-8. Harlan has an inside straight draw and a backward diamond draw, and Raj flops 2 pair. $300 on the turn. I think it's going to be into the hand.
Yep.
Harlan would have needed a diamond or maybe a pair to continue for that price.
Diamond would have made that fun.
Diamond comes off. And here's the thing: normally, if a diamond comes off, and let's say we have a big draw like that. Let's say we're open-ended with a diamond from a flush draw, we turn a flush draw. A lot of times, maybe check raising in big, something like that might work. Or if we're in position, raising over or leading with a overbet. But against players where we don't have fold equity with, players that like to call us down, then we're just bloating a pot with what is the second best hand.
Yeah, where you still need to hit your card.
Yeah. The optimal line to take is gonna vary.
If you are against
opponent by opponent.
Yeah, like say if you're against like a Kathy or somebody that's willing to fold, or Steve
has a healthy fold button. Yeah,
it's a good play.
Getting aggressive if we turn a diamond there. Raj makes it 135 to go. Kathy now finds the 3-bet one. There we go, Kathy. 300 to go. Raj snap calls. Queen, Jack, Deuce. Checks it over to Raj. Raj is going to be at 400 here.
Oh, yes.
Check, shove, and Raj beats her to the muck.
You think she's tired of getting ran over?
Oh, man. Whee!
So I think that was a frustration play right there.
Absolutely so, but hi-ya.
It's got to feel good though. You get frustrated by a player over and over, finally give them the back off.
And Fami Sarha has done a 180 on their analysis of Kathy.
Kathy is so bad. Good shove.
Big Mac Stacks, welcome. Anthony's got aces.
Oh boy.
And it's the $50 straddle from Raj. C-Mill's got ace king.
Please 3-bet.
Four and a quarter from C-Mill.
There we go. Right. Out of the way.
Now here's if the stack sizes are correct here,
You're isolated already.
and C-Mill has 2,200 back, this might be a spot where Anthony flats and then check raises all flops. But I think more like we're gonna see a small 4-bet here from Anthony.
But this is a much safer place to flat where you're already isolated.
All in.
Well, there's so much for the small 4-bet.
Jamming also maybe does keep some bluff center range there.
Yeah.
Looks like he's got a little more than 2,200 there. What about 600 in white. Yeah, maybe at 22 is about right.
I'm not a big fan of the shove there.
The one thing Anthony might do is like keeping some bluffs in the range. And if our opponent, has queens here, if he thinks that, hey, if C-Mill's got kings or queens, he's not folding. And mind, he did 3-bet out of the small blind. There's a call.
Wow.
And he's in bad shape. The question's gonna be once or twice here.
You think you put him on jacks or something like that?
And C-Mill might think he just got lucky. No one's got a spade.
They just ran it once.
Don't shove. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, I'm also not a fan of the call there.
So we shove another hands and not aces. We can have some 4-bet bluff, I guess. Maybe ace-5 suited, but then I would think that we would be doing that at a different depth. If we were a lot deeper, we can have 4-5 suited, 3-4, 4-5 suited, small suited connectors. We can 4-bet bluff, but it wouldn't be a 4-bet bluff shove.
And I don't think he's shown anything to make you think he has anything other than aces or kings right there when he shoves. Family Sarahs doesn't leave a seat open.
The other thing for C-Mill, he's blocking aces and kings though. He has ace king.
That is true.
And I said at that depth, if he thinks, hey, you might just go with.
I think in Holdem though, you overvalue the blockers. Like in PLO, I understand blockers a little more.
Yes.
In Holdem, I'm not. I think people overestimate blockers in Holdem a lot of the time.
Raised to 85 from Azano, the ace-2 suited. Scott is just going to call queens. Scott limp called queens here. Under-repped is an understatement.
So you did say you was going to have a hard time getting respect if he raised.
Getting value, yeah.
So maybe, but now you're playing 4 ways.
And C-Mill on the button, who just got stacked and is reloaded for 2K, he's still waiting for his chips. Flops trip 9s, and Scott's probably just going to check call all 3 streets.
Yeah, C-Mill's just hoping for low red safe cards.
There's a
one
low
right
red
there.
safe card. That is $350.
The fact that the pot was limped, you might be able to put them on a 9.
Well, Azan opened. So
Okay, I missed
so
that.
Scott limped, Azan raised ace deuce to 85, then it went call. One thing in Scott, his hand is, dramatically under-repped here. We would hate to fold here, and then go back and look at the stream and see that opponent had like jacks or 10s here,
Yeah.
because Sima might play jacks or 10s here at the same, just as fast. Figuring he can get value from like flush draws, straight draws. Although with Scott limping into the gun, he might have more 9s in his range than C-Mill would. So he might, Scott might think that, okay, well, my opponent wouldn't be betting draws here because, there's no reason for him to think I don't have a 9.
Yeah.
So he's got to have a value hand, and we only beat jacks or 10s. Yeah. And then he didn't re-raise, so it's hard for him to have kings, queens, or aces, plus we're blocking queens.
Yeah.
So
I just think it was a bad spot. I feel like just call with queens there because you're not isolated. You're getting 4 ways to the flop.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the limp re-raise move, but if you're gonna do it, I definitely think we should be re-raising there, especially in a multi-way.
Yeah.
We don't want to go 4 ways out of position with queens. Anthony makes it 30 to go. Yeah, it was a weird hand. It's hard to find out I'm in the right line there on that board, the way it played out.
I think what Scott needs to do is just take any 2 cards, and jam them, show a bluff, and then go back to knitting up.
Yeah, it was a great spot to re-raise versus Ozzy. So here we go. C-Mill stepping out of the box here. He makes it 175 to go with 10 deuce. Anthony getting sticky. And this will probably go check bet fold. C-Mill might worry that the ace hits Anthony's open calling range there but when we have 10 high and we were the aggressor, we just got no choice. We have to put out a bet and just hope to God our opponent missed.
Yeah.
Favorable flop, thank you. Someone tell Anthony to color up his damn chips. I get it. I get building the big stack and the tower and shit like that.
So if you have a lot of chips like that, you better build something beautiful.
Right. I color up.
So that's the one thing when I'm watching Hollywood play, he does that same thing, but he's building
Some little construction project.
Yeah.
Down to 111 does not understand the 10 deuce 3-bet. Well, there's a lot going on in this game that I don't think anyone's going to understand. Trying to make sense of some of the spots that you're going to find yourself in this game, good luck. Got a limp with the ace-5, over limp from Jake with deuces, and then Raj makes it 90 to go off the button. And Anthony, okay, we don't understand this. Now Anthony makes it 300 to go with 9-5. Lock the doors.
He might be trying to pick on Raj.
I prefer to be picking on Raj in position than out of position.
Yeah.
Because Raj has connectors. And Raj doesn't like to fold. Ace 6-4. Same as before, we hope our opponent doesn't have an ace
You have
and
to
just
lean
stick it out
into
there.
Yeah.
655 in the pot, probably gonna see about around 300-ish. 330. Oh my god, and Raj is gonna get fancy. Raj is floating him, doesn't even know he has the best hand. This is sick. And if I'm Anthony here, I'm just giving up.
Yeah, you get called right there.
We have 9, and unless we're going to be willing to fire 3 bullets here, and we're going to be determined our opponent like just has something like hearts, and is going to just be willing to be content to not make a push back on us. Anthony's now double barreling this. Jesus.
If you're double barreling, you have to have the intention of firing the river because your opponent might have hearts, and you know they're going to call.
How is Raj calling this? Oh no, here we go. All right, because there's no way he can call. But that bad man can raise.
Wow.
2,100 now from Raj. Snap fold from Anthony. I mean, seeing the cards, that $700 second bullet is should have worked a huge percentage. I mean, because normally if a player floated you,
3-bet it.
yeah, he's gonna wait for you to check the turn to try to make a move on him. And once we've double barreled down, now we take away all the bluffs. I mean, seeing the cards, that move should have worked. I don't like it because I would expect Raj to just be floating with air, and I wouldn't expect Raj to be folding any pairs from the way we've seen play so far.
But I don't understand how, because you're 3-betting, you're firing again, and you just didn't respect the ace.
It'd be different if there wasn't an ace on the board where we can continue to rep, like more over pairs. At this point, we're repping just the ace-x hands: ace queen, ace king, ace jack. I mean, we're only repping ace-x hands, and it's just so hard to tell that story out of position once when you're getting called like that. As it is, like it should have worked, but Raj is just a sicko.
Sick human being. He's a sick human being.
Okay, so this goes back earlier, Anthony making that fold. Well, that was so impressive. I mean, just because if Raj is capable of making moves like this, I mean, folding, top pair with a pretty goddamn good kicker, that ace queen hand earlier, not an easy move to make, especially when you've seen that he's capable of doing this kind of stuff.
Yeah. And I'm sure, because I don't know how far into the stream we are, but I'm sure he's gone back and looked at some of the streams and seen some of the bluffs he's shown.
There is a 0% chance of that at all. I might have missed something.
Look how mad Anthony is now. Anthony might get up. There's a 0% chance.
Yeah, he's not leaving this game.
No.
Anthony Adams at 280 to go. Jake calls. And Raj.
Oh,
Jesus.
wow. I love this game. I love this game.
Oh my god. Okay, it's a 3-bet pot. I know we're getting a killer price, but King Jack just plays so bad against, hands that players 3-bet. We get ourselves in so much trouble there. I mean, all our one pair hands we're generally upside down on.
I would much rather raise there or fold.
Yeah, or fold, or fold, or fold. Ace Queen 6. Anthony checks with his middle finger. Jake hits the ace. There's 1,200 in the pot.
550, 525.
And Idris. It's a big call for a gut shot.
That was fairly anticlimactic.
You just play 100% of your hands and get 100% bonus. That's how you play. You get 200% DPIP. What a game. And I mean, not to beat a dead horse, but I go back to that hand, like when that 9-5 hand, and those are the hands I kick myself over. Where it's like I decided like, I'm gonna pull the trigger, I'm gonna make a move, and then the wheels come off, and I'm just like
punished.
And I just like Hudson, why didn't I just look down at 9-5 and
You
just
give it up and wait for
I
a different
fold
spot.
because I have 9-5. And the times it works, you feel like a wizard. Like, oh God,
yeah.
I'm running this game. I'm feeling everything just right. You know, my reads are on. And then the times it doesn't, you're just like, stupid.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Because then
Why?
you start tilting yourself.
Yeah. Simo limps in jacks. Jake's gonna open 8s to 100. Raj calls it the 3s. Can we get a jack 8 3 flop one time?
So with the limp, are you re-raising now, or are you just coming along?
Well, one, I don't limp, so I don't think about these spots too hard. As it is, we do see limp re-raise from Simo. So he's obviously playing in that Raj is going to be overplaying, you know, his hands in late position.
There it is.
And Raj is trying to figure out like how much of this guy's money am I going to take? I might be folding.
Fold. Never mind.
That's not the Raj we know and love. Get him, Raj.
3 on the flop.
I'm not rooting for or against anyone.
You're saying
I just love me some Raj.
If you've been tuning in, there's a 3 coming on the flop.
And now Idris. Idris had called the $100 open with the 10-7 in hearts. He is out of there. We have position Idris. And that's a lot of jacks.
So much for the dream.
Easy game.
3-bet, C-bet, take it down.
Oh, new shooter in seat 1. That is Dan. I haven't seen Dan around the poker room in a little while. He probably came here because he thought we were going to have PLO tonight.
Does he play mixed games a lot or other games?
Well, I know he plays PLO. I don't know how many other games Dan plays. Wouldn't surprise me if he played all the games.
Yeah.
But I know he loves himself some PLO.
Yeah, as fun as this game is, PLO is just a sick game.
Limp pot poker. Boo. Open-ended straight flush draw for Kathy. Act normal. Act normal.
Nothing suspicious here.
And we're gonna win a pot with 9 high. Always a good result. Always a good result.
But I think that's the problem with playing like Kathy or Scott are playing right now, is that when you do have these monster draws or these monster hands, you can't get any value out of it.
Yeah, it's tough.
Whereas a Raj, if he hits a hand,
Yeah, or even like seeing players like Azan and Anthony, you see them, they're mixing it up. They have bluffs. When we don't have any bluffs, we just don't get any action. You gotta be willing to lie to somebody.
yeah.
You gotta be willing to rep the hand they actually have.
And as quiet as Harlan's been, he has shown in certain spots where he can mix it up a little bit.
Absolutely. Yeah, Harlan can pull a trigger with the best of them. Scott, what would you do if it was your turn?
Can't blame him though. The food here is really good.
It is really good. And it's Wine Wednesday. Half price off all bottles of wine. Anthony may not have learned his 9-5 lesson yet. Now picks up 9-3 suited.
Remember earlier when I told you the sickness was contagious? It has spread.
And it's a raise to 120. Azan calls in position King 10 suited. Ace Jack 10.
405 in the pot.
200.
Ozzy's thinking it through.
Coming in with a raise.
I like it. Ozzy makes it $5.90 to go, and Anthony might just give up his 9X suited life.
It hasn't worked for him yet.
Monster Hands, can you buy beer with the points you earn from the Stones card? You can convert your Stones points to a gift card, and you can buy anything you damn well please with that gift card. Booze, broads, more favorable turn cards. You can buy whatever you want.
A new dealer.
Yeah, a dealer that deals you better cards. You can do whatever you want. Radu. I gave that man a lot of money the other night.
Really?
Oh, it was sick. It was
What game were you playing?
It was one of the 1-3 games that went wild, where we're all playing like 2K effective stacks in 1-3. Yeah, it was like that.
I was here one day and I sat down at a 1-3 table that just started, and everybody has, 300 or whatever in front of them. It's a nice, easy game, and the game ended up breaking, and they bring all the other guys over that were buying it for table max, and so they're coming over $2,000-$3,000, and I'm like,
Yeah. The 1-3 gets real here.
yeah.
Any and all of our table stakes games have the potential to just go off the chain.
And it's not just like every once in a while; they go off pretty often.
Azan opens up to 75 here with the King 4 suited. I think it's going to get through. Idris is going to defend the 4-3 spades, I would expect.
Yeah.
There we go. And away we go. Big flop for Ozzy. Pair of fours and a diamond draw. Idris is going to lead into him with his pair of fours. Interesting.
Not quite sure why we're betting here.
Because we only have a pair of fours, and if a lot of players will lead.
Oh, I thought it was the other way. I thought Idris led in with the 3-4.
Idris did lead the 3-4. Idris led the 3-4, and Azan just called, of course, with King 4. But then when Idris checks a turn, it's hard to imagine that a pair of fours are good there for Azan. Even though he did the best hand King 4, because we're blocking draws, we're blocking diamond draws in our hand. And a lot of times, Idris might have just like an 8 there, which is still behind. So when the queen and jack on board, we can bet there and get Idris to fold out some 8s.
Yeah.
It's good for us.
Yeah. I thought I saw Idris lead the turn there. And
Oh,
it
no.
made
Oh,
zero
no. I
sense
just
to
no.
me. Yeah.
Okay, I get what you're saying. New guy 91. What's up? For sure, I'll now give me back points that I let expire. I'll buy bomb pots. I love it.
That would be nice if they just had a random bomb pot table that you can come over with a $50 gift card and throw down,
Right.
and when they get enough people, just do a bomb pot.
So I'm here one time, and they hit the bad beat jackpot on one of the tables, right? And table share, I wasn't in the game, but the table share was like a little over 2K. Right? It was in a 2-5 game, I was saying. It might have been a big 1-3. Table share didn't mean just over 2K. And I had a couple friends that got table shares as part of it. And these goddamn degens, the first thing they start doing is like, hey, what if we all just put it in and just like ran one like 2K bomb pot? And
Yes.
I mean, that's like the kind of the level sickness these guys are
That's
on.
only the natural reaction. I feel like
They win 700 bigs, and they're like, you just want to like flip a
flip
coin?
it. Let's just flip it. At least they didn't go take the whole $2,000 and put it on Dragon.
Thank God. The 4-4 deuce 7-8. Idris top flicks out a chip, can't find no love. Is Raj going to look him up with the deuce? Raj says prove it.
Oh, man.
It doesn't prove.
Dan is our new player.
Dan's a new shooter.
Came in.
Good guy, solid player. Hopefully he brought his gamble with him because he's going to need it to swing in this game.
He's got a fairly short stack compared to everybody else. If he's showing accurately.
I wouldn't be surprised if he is fortunate to change seats and get in a more favorable position if you then add on deeper there.
Absolutely.
That might have also been part of Jake's strategy earlier when he came in behind Raj, is to just buy short. And even then, I mean, you're still buying about 150 bids.
Yeah, exactly.
He came in with over 100 bids.
When I say shorts for compared to everybody,
everyone else at the table.
150 blinds is still nice. Kathy with the jacks. I think Scott's more inclined to eat his food than play poker.
Seems like it. It's funny, Scott, he's playing pretty snug. That might be an understatement. Azan, what would you do if it was your turn? Angry Polak in the chat. Welcome Veronica to the stream. And says, why is Jake in her seat? Well, because Jake's got the stones to barrel a 5-10-20 game out of position against a Super Beast. And you don't. Simo opens up, Jake flats 9s, and Raj makes it 380 to go. 6-7 off. Simo's got a nice little 4-betting hand here, but it's a hand we might think about 4-betting against an opponent that might have an active fold button.
Not Raj.
Not Raj. Here's the challenge for Jake. Jake knows that Raj can be anywhere in the world here, but there's most likely going to be a couple overcards on the board, and we're going to be out of position. I can't fault Jake for just folding here. He is going to make the call.
But there's a lot of scary flops here. That's not one of them. That's a pretty safe flop. Unless, of course, Raj has 2-5 for the third time tonight.
Right. Check call from Jake.
Oh.
And our concerns have been alleviated.
Yep.
If you're Jake B.
You take the seatbelt off, the game just got easy.
Jake is praying that Raj somehow has an overpair. Oh my god. And Raj is about to feel all the wrath. Jake check called. Oh no, tournament check.
So the only question here is how long do you wait before you put in the raise?
Jake giving nothing away in the timing of his bets.
Did you just call?
Shove and a fold.
Oh, shove, okay.
It was a $1,500 river bet by Raj. $1,200. It was a lot.
Yeah, I believe it was a $1,500 river bet.
And Jake might not have come here planning on playing the 5-10 stream game, but I think right now he's awfully glad that he did.
Yes.
Awfully glad.
Yeah, Jake sat relatively short when he got here.
Yeah, he bought in the game somewhere around 1,500 if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
And now it looks like you have well over 5K in the stack. Raj makes it 100 to go.
Give it to Raj, though. He's not going to slow down.
No. He does turn the 9 here on a Zon. Check that fold.
The problem for Raj, it seems a lot, they're calling when they're good, and they're folding when they're bad against him.
Sometimes, yeah, it just doesn't work out. Veronica is in Bakersfield right now. Barstow now, I'm told. She can't make up her mind. Just roaming the streets of California trying to find an 08 game. That's sad. Kathy, if you throw away the Jack 10 of clubs, I'm going to disown you.
I'm just going to go sit in her seat.
There you go. Prefer you to open, Kathy.
Is she limping?
She limped. But Seamel's going to accommodate her and make it 100 to go with a Jack 10 of clubs. Raj has 2 quad draws undoubtedly. So he can't fold yet. Jake folded Jack 9 suited right behind him. He might have possibly been worried that Kathy limping under the gun might be limp re-raising.
Yep. I just don't think that's something she would do.
And this game when Raj is opening every pot, like you said, I mean, some players might take. I mean, I'm not going to adopt that strategy, but a lot of players might. Kathy does flop the best of it. It checks through. The turn's a 5. Raj does have a gut shot here. Double gut shot. Raj can make a straight with a 10 or a 6. Double gut shot straight draw for Raj. Seamel's blocking is all the straight outs.
I think a raise is coming.
Seamel raises.
Oh, wow. And a call.
And Raj calls. Jesus. We bet Jack 10, get raised, and then get a call. I can't fault Kathy for throwing away the hand here.
No, absolutely not. She hangs
Can't
on.
fault her for calling.
Strap the seatbelt on.
And she's good. She's got to hope that this checks through, though, somehow.
I think if it checks to Raj, Raj is putting in a bet.
Seamel's taking a long time here. He raised the turn relatively quickly. It's taking a long time here to bet.
What percentage of the pot are you betting here
To bluff?
Yeah.
He raised to 2 something on the turn. I might probably be betting 600-700. Checks to Raj.
Oh!
It checks through, and Kathy's going to show this thing down and win a big pot.
I did not see that happening.
$1,300 pot goes Kathy's way.
And Raj is kicking himself right now.
And he knows it. He's
Yep.
got it. Why can't I just pull the trigger one time?
Raj might also be like metagaming himself and thinking they're just checking into him to check call.
And Seamel's got to worry about bluffing there because Raj did call him on the turn immediately. Called really, really quick.
And I think that's what he was contemplating when he was thinking so long. But I really think Raj leveled himself there, thinking that they were trying to check into him to let him lead.
It's, I mean, and it's been, it's a lot harder to get bluffs through against multiple opponents.
Yeah.
Monster Hand says Kathy should leave. She's already tripled up. I don't buy into the logic. Oh, we have a $50. We got a bomb pod.
Here we go. Because there's not enough action in this game already.
Right. $4.50 in the pot now. Everyone sees a flop. And it's the old Jack 4-3 rainbow. Can't see Raj's hand yet. Now we see it. No one's got a jack. Kathy's out in front with ace 4. No, I'm sorry. Anthony's got pocket 8s. And position. And after I checked him, most people in the Nixit are going to lead in bomb pots. Are going to lead with all the Jack X hands. Gotta feel pretty comfortable betting 8s here. And Raj folds a pair. Wow. Gets it through.
I think once somebody leads that pot, it's kind of hard to call without a jack.
Easy game. 1 second. No, there is a straddle hand. And Raj goes back to work.
Scott's got pocket aces.
Anthony throws away the 8-7 suited. Wow. I don't understand.
Well, Scott called.
Scott called, so he's probably got kings or aces.
Yeah.
Or 6s in this case.
And Kathy's in the hand also. You have Scott and Kathy in the hand.
George, your 2-5 seat is open. George for the 2-5.
I just don't believe in folding 7-8 suited.
I don't either, especially in a multi-way pot.
I mean, and Raj open, I mean.
Yeah.
Raj is going to bet his deuce and backdoor diamonds. Kathy straight draw and backdoor flush draw is not called versus Raj. Interesting.
Easy game.
Easy game.
Wow. No, I'm with you. Raj is opening a pot. There's multiple people in the hand. I am at least calling.
Well, and you said, I mean, Scott called, but I mean, it's not the word. Scott's got a big hand. Scott's got a hand like, I mean, queens.
He's
again.
playing the upper.
It's not bad for us to have a hand like 7-8 suited. I mean, and we have position on him. We can make a big hand, and Scott
Get paid off.
Yeah, can get paid off maybe.
Yeah.
We're gonna fold the 7-8 suited, but barrel off on our 9x suited hands.
Yeah,
I don't know. But then again, Anthony's, pretty successful poker player.
Yeah.
And Raj is a real hand. I don't know if this is even fair.
I hope someone calls him with like 5-8 and just hits it. Oh, there's 5-8. I called for this.
JP folds a 5-8. It's not happening.
All players proceeding for Ramon, Robert B, Stephen, Mitchell, David L, Bill, Clay, and
Emergems 24. You've never heard anyone say Sacramento, bro. Where you been, man?
Not in Sacramento.
Sacramento. It is easy for us to work.
Very easy. We have all the knowledge, all the info.
See all the cards. Easy for us to play armchair quarterback here.
The reason why we're sitting in the armchair.
Azan with the queen and the jack suited. It's a $50 straddle from Raj, and Azan opens to 2 1/4.
I already know why Raj looks at his cards right here.
That way he knows if he's slow playing or bluffing.
Cheryl, your 36 seat is about to take a check.
King Jack Deuce. Should check through it, does.
Back to the easy game.
I could use one more cup of coffee. Same.
Can I get a Coke? A Coke? Yeah.
Doing a last call for George for 2-5. George, last call for 2-5.
$20 straddle on this hand. Carrie, we will be live with you until 10 o'clock Pacific time.
Raise with the ace jack, call with the ace king,
Kathy's just calling ace king now again.
call with the king queen. It almost feels like she's trying to manage the pot size.
Yeah.
Because even that hand where she had the big hand, she won $800 something.
Or she's trying to keep the loose players in the blinds. I mean, but I prefer to do that with made hands, like maybe flat kings or aces. But like, even then, I don't know. I'm still.
And then I'm probably, I don't know. 2-3-2 seems pretty safe, unless you think he has a pair, pocket pair.
We can take a card there sometimes.
Yeah.
I think that's fine.
There is enough aggressive players that maybe she's just trying to flop a monster and get paid.
Just under repped, gonna get all her ace. I mean, in a game like this, where players are calling down light, I think there is some value to being under repped.
Yeah.
But I think it's, I mean, playing hands multi-way with hands like ace king. I mean, it's not. We don't really have a made hand. Yeah, even though we would be, very
You
under
get
repped.
in weird spots when the ace hits. You're against like an ace 4 that came along, and they have 2 pair.
It can get weird. I still just kind of prefer, hey, just play our hands straightforward. We're going to 3-better value hands or top of our range.
2-5. Please forget your game is short. Players in our 2-5 limit, please forget. Thank you. We do have a list.
Jack 7-5. Something for everyone here. Raj and Jake both hit the 7. Idris hits top pair. Jake's got backdoor diamonds. Idris bet 75. Here's see what Jake's gonna do here with middle pair and a backdoor diamond draw. He's just gonna let it go.
Raj is coming along.
Yep.
Wonder if he can use that ace as a scare card and raise
He
here.
bet, but he bet small. Raj flicked out 75. Maybe just wanting to show the hand down for that price. Maybe laying his own price to showdown. Appreciate you stopping in and checking us out here, Carrie. Look forward to seeing you soon. Good luck in Vegas.
Yeah, I'm excited to see after 3 final tables in Reno.
Yeah. He's feeling it.
Hopefully continue in Vegas.
Scott went to go find his gamble. Realized he might have left it at
Or
home.
some more food.
Something. Have you seen my gamble?
Have you seen it? He was playing really good at the Omaha table. And with kings.
And he limps in. Take that. Thank you.
Coke.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Please. Thank you. Raj makes it 125 to go with the ace-10. Anthony calls.
3-bet with the kings.
And Raj called, right? Yeah, I think we're heads up here. Raj calls the limp
I know
re-raise.
you hate limping, but this is the exact situation we were talking about earlier, where you limp into Raj raises, and you 3-bet him.
Dan just shoved or bet 600 in the dark. Raj stuffs it with open. Raj flops open-ended.
Oh, spikes the ace.
Oh my God.
I want to live in Raj's world.
Mitchell, the
Oh, they're running it twice. Chop it up.
Okay.
Raj wins the first pot with a pair of aces. Dan makes a straight on the second board. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Once or thrice. Never twice. Someone's got to lose money.
It feels like a tie, and I hate ties.
Right.
There's a reason I don't watch soccer.
Just,
I want a winner.
I'm all for running it multiple times. I think it's good.
I just want someone to hurt a little more than somebody else.
Yeah. Someone's got, this is poker, goddammit. Someone's got to complain. Whee! What a game.
Yeah. This has been a fun game.
It's been a lot of fun to watch, a lot of fun to commentate.
Yeah. So how far in advance do they do the seat reserving, like to get on the list for a game like this?
I think Justin put it up in the chat. They schedule out, I want to say like as much as a month in advance. But generally, I think Justin starts taking the list about a week ahead. I'm not positive.
Yeah.
There it is, 3 weeks out.
3 weeks out.
Yeah,
It's a great game.
it is. So I just makes it 75 to go who are off the button. Dan and Azan call out of the blinds in the straddles, respectively. And Jack 7-4. Ozzy flops the best of it.
there we go.
2 1/4, almost a pot-sized bet here from Idris.
There we go, Brian, take a look.
I don't think Ozzy likes that C-bet sizing, but we can't fold here. Now we're doing that folding.
Yeah.
Roche, the 5-10.
And here's what I like about this lead here. Ozzy knows that card's getting checked back like every time.
Yeah.
DJC.
Might as well try and get value while you can.
Well, and there's no real draws on the flop. So unless, is Ozzy going to be check calling like 7-8 suited there on Jack 7-4 versus that sizing? Probably not. It's mostly going to be all his Jack X hands. There's no draw. 5-6 is like the one draw hand that's like
Maybe,
there.
yeah.
But for the most part, Ozzy's going to have mostly just Jack X, and when Jack comes, I mean, we're checking back. If we're in position there, and that card comes off, we're checking back aces, kings. I mean, everything, right?
Whereas if you float, when you make it look like a float and then you bet into them, kind of maybe rep like you're bluffing the jack or trying to rep the jack.
But I mean, honestly, he bet small, just trying to hopefully get someone sticky with a pocket pair there. It's just hard to get paid off when that happens.
Somebody in chat saying they could do 1-3. There is a 1-3 stream game, isn't there?
Oh yeah, we stream 1-3, absolutely. Most definitely. The other night, for the whole, was it the costume game or the villains game? We streamed 1-2.
Nice.
Yeah, whole smorgasbord. I mean, everything from 1-2 and 1-3 to PLO 8, 10-20 no limit, 100-200 limit 08, and we do it all here. A smorgasbord of poker.
I just need to convince somebody to play deuce to 7.
Raj makes it 150 to go with a king 6 suited. I just makes the call, as is C-Mill and Dan. Queen Jack 10 all hearts.
Oh, buddy.
Dan's got a pair of jacks and a inside royal draw. Idris is bottom pair and opening straight draw. Idris turns this straight. It checks over to Raj. Raj is open-ended as well. That's 250. Idris is going to raise, and I think I would rather like to see a call there.
Yeah, it's hard to get called by worse.
It is. I mean, King Queen with the King of Hearts maybe calls us.
I think if you, because you float there, Dan's coming along with the flush draw.
Yeah. And there's a Veronica and Friends game. The third Wednesday of every month is a 1-3 game. Now that game's 1-3, but that game can get like this game is, like the way this game is for 5-10, that game can get like that for 1-3. Where, I mean, play is insane. And depending on Veronica's hand-picked lineup, I mean, we've seen $100 straddles in that game.
That's beautiful.
It's just a mess.
I like games that play like that. I like the 50 cent, $1, $40.
50 cent, $1, $40. It's good. Monster Hands, no call the Ace of Hearts. For an $800 raise, bro. We just can't. There has to be, I mean, we have to get in, I mean, if there was some, like, just astronomical, like, high hand bonus or something like that for hitting a royal, I mean, and we'd have to, and then if we're both like really deep and we're determined that our opponent's going to pay off if we find a heart, I just, you know, for an $800 raise, I don't think we, no. Hey, Anthony's back. And Raj makes it 100 to go. Anthony's going to flat these 4 here. And Raj flops a lot of 5s.
Once again. I want to live in Raj's.
He's got to find a way to get paid, though. It's 150. Anthony's going to float him here. Also, ace high is going to be good here at this percentage time. He gets that back for diamonds.
And he hits the 4.
Now he turns a pair. I think he's definitely calling now.
Yeah, I think he's got the seatbelt strapped on. I think he's going to...
Wow, Raj checks. The board is a one-liner to a straight. Anthony can have hands like 8-7.
But you can't blame Anthony there. The ace high is good a lot of the time.
On 8-5-5, and we said, I mean, even seeing the cards, if I'm Anthony, I probably would put the hand the exact way.
Yeah.
I probably call flop, definitely call turn, and it's an easy check back river.
Yeah.
I mean, for Raj, as far as Raj versus river, I think it's a good bet fold spot. I mean, yeah, we lose to 8-7 and like 6-7. We lose to those hands. But I like to think we would have heard from 6-7 on the turn.
And you
know?
could thin bet there and maybe get called by an ace king or something like
Or
that.
even an ace 8.
Yeah.
I mean, it is Raj. I mean, Raj has a lot of hands. I mean, so I think we can, I think it's a good bet fold spot where you just bet and it's a confident fold if we raise. I think anything with shooting showdown value is calling us down, and we're only getting raised by straights and boats.
Yeah.
Oh, Raj boated up. Oh, wow, I completely overlooked that. He did hit the 6 on the river. Raj made his boat. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Wow, I completely overlooked that.
I didn't see it either.
Ghost of M, thanks for tuning in. Yeah.
And so he checked it?
Check river. I would have bet.
Yeah.
It's a different spot if Anthony had been the aggressor the whole time, and we're going to check Anthony, hoping that we can get the check raise in. But when we're the aggressor the whole way, I think we got to bet there. Yeah. Like I said, then our opponent's just going to be checking back all showdown hands. I don't think they're going to be turning any hands into bluffs. Yeah, I missed the boat. Wow. Huh. Scott, you got Queen 10 suited. You better not fold. There we go. And now here we go. We've seen how Scott is, how tight Scott's played.
Is this a $75 straddle?
$75 open.
By Scott?
By Scott. And Anthony, being well aware of how tight Scott has played, is just calling with the ace king. And we have the ace 3 and the 5. I'm going to be up for hours. Well, hopefully, I think there's a seat open in this game by now, and maybe I'll get in there and just blast off a couple grand.
I got to get up at 5 in the morning. So I'm definitely only going to play for a couple hours.
Scott churns diamonds and is content to check fold.
Huh?
All right, players, anybody with a limit ticket, we're going to do our next draw. This one is for
I feel Scott could have put pressure there.
Definitely. That was our stream for the night, guys. What a game. Andrew, it's been a blast doing this with you, brother.
Fun. Thanks for letting me come in here.
We'll be back on Monday doing some 5-5, if I'm not mistaken. Friday streams are in the works, so stay tuned. But, I mean, crazy action, some weird spots. I mean, it was interesting to see how people adjusted. Some people went one way, some people went the other way. I mean, sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't.
You saw a lot of people, try something different, then revert back to what they're doing, like Kathy, where she was
all over
just
the board
flipping with ace king, or just calling with ace king suited. Then she was trying to 3-bet with ace jack, and then went back to just calling with ace king.
But, I mean, poker ebbs and flows. Sometimes you kind of go out how the feel of the game is.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It was a good game.
It's a really good game. And this game still is going on right now, as are all our other games. So get on down here, get a cup of coffee, and let's play some poker. All right, that's it. Good night, guys.
Good night, y'all.